welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's yours truly, Carcino. Want to thank everybody here. Hope you guys hit the like button. We're going to get this one cracking early because we have a question that we really need to have an answer for. Is Shaq really a hater? I had this question asked to me because they didn't know. They didn't see when Shaquille O'Neal was actually playing ball. So when Shaq was playing ball, they never really witnessed it. Dame just hit the go-ahead 3 with 13 seconds to go in the game. Dame was able to extract his revenge. So everybody wanted to know, is Shaquille O'Neal a hater? Straight up and down, they want to know, what's up with your boy Shaq? Is Shaq whack? I know the Candace Parker thing that went on yesterday when she was trying to educate him on basketball of how it's played today and versus like how it's played now. And Shaq is talking about man up. It's like, well, when you got 4 shooters out on the court, it's kind of hard. Depends on your personnel, Shaq. It's not, game is played entirely different. That's why Shaq is a little behind. Because when he was like, just man up, I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? No, Shaq has been overly critical. See, that's the thing about Shaq. It's okay to be critical. You know, she was looking at him crazy. She was looking at him crazy. Somebody said Shaq is the AEW or whatever. I mean, it's hard to say Shaq isn't a hater. Shaq has been like this his entire time playing. People think like Shaq became a hater now since he's out of the league. Looking at the Shaq used to hate Penny. He hated Kobe. This is a guy who wanted help. But then when the help got there and then they have an opinion on the way things should be, he got mad. I want to be my way. I like it when they was dumping the ball off to me. Everybody gonna want that. But they can't dump the ball off to you. You kept getting fouled and going to the line and missing shots. After they won the first 2 championships, he got lazier and lazier. The effort wasn't there. The Lakers lost in the playoffs to the San Antonio Spurs. Yep. I know it's crazy to think, right? It's crazy to think about it, but that's who they lost to. B was like, big time hater. Shaq is a hater. Always been a hater. Mama was a hater. Auntie was a hater. His great grandfather was a hater. Never liked nothing. Everything was like a champ. His great grandfather used to say, "Man, it's hot as a champ out here." Then it was cold. It's too cold. It's cold as a champ. Cold as a champ out here. Yeah, but people notice it now because it's more on display. But when Penny Hardaway was coming up, he hated on him. That's it. So what could have been a dynasty in Orlando ended up being a nightmare everywhere else. Could have been a dynasty, and they could have been a nightmare for the league because the Bulls were getting older. They were going to take nobody in the East could beat them. Yeah, well, you got to decide on at some point. You got to decide what type of person you gonna be. Shaq has always been competitive. He was a hater when they were talking about Christian Laettner. He hated Christian Laettner. Christian Laettner took him to school when he was at Duke. Shaq was at LSU, and he went up against Christian Laettner. Christian Laettner made him look like a fool. Embarrassed him. He hated Christian Laettner. Absolutely. Oh, No, Williams said he wasn't a hater. Well, I'm very curious to understand that. What makes you think he's not a hater? Now, I like his personality. You know, he seemed like a fun dude, like a big kid. He was jealous of Christian Laettner before he even came in the league. He was jealous of David Robinson, created a lie on David Robinson that David Robinson ignored him as a kid, and that's why he always had beef with David Robinson because, you know, Shaq from Texas. So he was David Robinson, you know, ignored me as a kid, and I looked up to him, and because of that, that's why I had a grudge against David Robinson. All these years in the league, once his career was over, he admitted that he lied about the whole damn thing. Well, he's from Jersey, Texas, same thing. He's been in both areas. But anyway, this is what pissed off everybody because David Robinson wasn't even that type of guy. David Robinson, like, man, I don't even remember it, but if I did, I apologize, you know, like for that. Like, he never did that, but he made it a big deal to try to make the publicity like a rivalry for marketing. But he hated on David Robinson. So David Robinson, they gave him the business. In that All-Star game, they made a pact to basically shut Shaq down. The centers played him tough in that All-Star game, and Shaq only got like one dunk, was like a 3-point play. Other than that, they all made it. The West centers made a pact to shut Shaq down. They were giving him nothing easy the whole game. If anybody can remember what All-Star game that was, and right at the end of the game, Shaq got a alley-oop one-hand dunk, 3-point play either on David Robinson or Akeem Elijah or whatever. He was bad. But it's supposed to be an All-Star game. It's supposed to be fun. You say he dunked on David. That was 96. Was that 96? All I remember is they shut Shaq down that year. They were dead serious. Like, they were dead serious on shutting Shaq down. Shaq got swept 5 times. I remember 3 times he got swept. Let me see what shit. Shaq wasn't playing then. Trying to think. I don't remember them getting swept again. I remember them getting swept 3 times. I don't remember him getting swept as a Laker. When did he get swept as a Laker? when they got swept in when they got swept in when they got swept in 96, that was the third straight time. They got swept in 99 by the Spurs. In 2003, Lakers versus Spurs. I don't remember them sweeping the Lakers. I thought the Lakers won a game. I know they broke up the. Yeah, I remember when David Robinson scored that 71 points. That's because he had Dennis Rodman with him. They just kept going to David Robinson. He put up all them points. Shaq had a chance to close it out the last game, but he didn't do it. So far, this is the best season of snowfall. Shaq never had moves. Tell me something I didn't know. But Shaq thing is, he became a hater. That had nothing to do with his basketball play. Shaq was just a hater, period. He came to LA, he hated on Kobe. After playing with Kobe all these years, once they got Phil Jackson in there, Phil came in, and what year did Phil get there? 2000? Soon as he shows up in 2000, here comes Phil.
Yo.
What's up? So Phil gets there in 2000. He meets everybody. Shaq gets up and point Kobe out. We ain't going to win because of him. He's the reason we ain't won. Pointing at Kobe.
Right.
As soon as Phil get there, first meeting.
Well, wasn't this after the airball game in Utah?
This was seasons after that. Because after that game, that was in 98, I think.
That was in 98, yeah.
I mean, that was 96. That was his rookie year. So that was like 96, 97. They lost
you got the
in...
year right. It was 98.
You said what?
You got the year right earlier. It was 98. 97, 98. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so after that, 97, 98, and in 99, they lost to the Spurs.
Right.
The Lakers had lost to the Spurs, and then they got Phil Jackson after that.
Right.
As the coach. But the person that played bad was
What was Shaq?
Hey, there's
Shaq.
You know, they kept fouling him.
Kyle Kuzma missed a 3 that would have tied the game.
Oh,
the Lakers lost. They didn't have LeBron.
Oh, yeah. I won big tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even bet this at all. I don't bet no games like this. I'm like, I just missed out on this.
With Shaq, I say it's a little bit of both. He definitely a hater, but at the same time, I just think it's the wrong message. Like he's not totally wrong what he's saying. Like for Rudy Gobert to get that big contract and only average like 15 points, I mean, come on.
If you take Rudy Gobert off the team, do they win?
Yeah, but he shouldn't have the highest contract a center has ever had.
No, they don't.
Hey, I mean, it's a new market in time. Should Michael Jordan be getting paid $3 million a season? That's like Jordan getting mad because everybody getting $40, $50 million signing bonuses. You know, they get $30, $40 million a year. When Mike was playing, they were paying him $3 million until the last 3 years of his contract with the Bulls. when he was negotiating them $35 million a season. Like,
And
man, y'all pay me $35 million. I'm out here making y'all billions of dollars, and you thinking I'm finna play for $3 million a season? You crazy?
I think Utah is gonna regret that contract.
Nah, I mean,
I don't think
Gobert.
By
they
the time
are.
they need to pay Mitchell,
Gobert.
they're not gonna be able to afford nobody else.
They already paid Mitchell. Mitchell is signed, sealed, delivered. He got a supermax contract. They signed him and they signed Rudy. They got enough money in Utah.
See, no. Exactly, nigga. That's the 1-2 punch right there.
They already signed
Utah
Mitchell.
don't have nobody. They signed. He got the supermax.
He's a dumbass.
He signed it right after the bubble.
And then to your point with Gobert, like Gobert is a former defensive player of the year, multiple winner.
Exactly. Plus he protects the rim. He shooting from the outside. When they beat the Lakers, they beating everybody with pick and roll basketball. He rotates to the basket. As a big man, he shoots to the basket after setting the pick. Most people don't do that. He's a big man. He sets the pick and he goes into the basket. So now you got to follow him, or your guy got to rotate over the cover.
Okay,
I know how to defend it because
right.
I play basketball, so I know exactly how to defend it when somebody rotates over and I got to pick up and switch a man. That guy got to already know it's his job to pick up the cover.
To actually pick up the right. See,
right. But when you play some team that's stupid like the Lakers, they're not going to switch well. They're going to try to tell somebody too late. And Rudy can either get an alley-oop dunk or it's going to be an open shot for a three for somebody. All you got to do is swing the ball around because they're going to be confused on the switches. So if everybody's not on point when someone's rotating towards the basket, that stuff does not exist anymore in this game. Somebody set a pick, they pop out for a three or a jump shot.
Yeah, but
and that's the whole difference in today's game from yesterday's game. Then this is something that they incorporate with Rudy. Rudy can average 15, 16 a night, but they don't need him to. They need him to get them about 12 rebounds, 12 points. They cool with that.
Right, but Rudy Gobert, Rudy Gobert is that's their anchor right there. You know what I mean?
Right, he's the anchor. So, yeah, him getting that kind of money, I mean, I'm not complaining with it because I'm like, they need him. So, I mean, I could see if he was doing that and wasn't producing anything on the court. It's not like Tristan Thompson. Now, Tristan Thompson's stealing money. He stole $80 million. He got another deal.
I know. Don't tell me about it.
There's a bad echo.
You gotta turn down your TV, man. Tigers, is that you?
No, it should be me.
No, it ain't you, I think it was Aaron. Nope, not Aaron. All right. Okay, we got it. I think it might have been Ty because he's in the car, but let's see. Ty, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Yeah, I can hear it. A little bit. What is going on here? All right, hold on. Okay. All right. I don't hear it no more. So, yeah, that's yours, Ty. You got to get your audio turned down some type of way because your echo is huge. All right, we got to mute Ty for a minute. Okay, there it is. Yeah, we got to mute him. Fake Q Dog, fake Superman. Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank. Where to
Oh
go?
God.
And you know what? Like now that I'm
Shaq has
thinking
always
about it,
been a faker and a hater.
now I'm thinking about it with Shaq. I mean, he was a hater, but it wasn't like as evident as it is now.
Yeah, because he's on TV all the time. So
Right.
that's the thing, is that when you see him being a hater now, it's like, oh, okay. So this guy, was he always like this? Everybody be like, yeah, Shaq has always been a hater.
That's a shame.
Right. Okay. So
So,
so hold on. So wait a minute. So I wasn't watching a little inside the NBA thing like right after the game on TNT. So what was this little scuffle with Candace Parker about, man? What was she trying to say?
Oh man, defending your wife.
Can someone answer the question, please? Can someone fill me in?
I wasn't watching Nick, but I
I ain't
tell you
watching.
this:
I wasn't
you go up
watching.
against a
my bad,
woman
Nicholas.
these days, you asking for trouble.
I guess so.
you were breaking up. So I didn't hear what the question was.
Well, what the question was, nigga? My bad. I didn't mean it was not about you. My bad, Nicholas.
No, it was So what was the little argument that he had with Candace Parker? What was that about? Because I didn't.
Oh, that argument. Oof.
They were breaking down what happened in the game. Like, as far as she was explaining, like, what the defense was and what they needed to do in the during the halftime, and why guys was getting wide open shots, and that they, with the Phoenix and Lakers and everything else, and why they were getting shots open and all of this stuff, and what they have to do to stop the, getting, uncontested threes. So Dwayne Wade was given, great analysis on what they should do. And Shaq was talking about the way they played. Why don't y'all play man? Pin them down, play man. Get up on them. It's like, Shaq, if you play man and get up on everybody, you got like 4 shooters on the court at all times. It's not like back when when you were playing. She's trying to explain it. Somebody gonna be open from the corner for 3. She's like, look, just look at. He's like, everybody, and she was like, everybody. This is a 3-point shooting league now. Everybody's not hitting them though. Everybody ain't shooting. Play man, get up on them. Play man.
Why he ain't never
Shaq,
get up on Rick Smith?
If you play man, somebody's gonna get the ball. Yeah, it's gonna be a wide open shot. She's trying to explain. She looked at Wade. Don't look at him. Look at me.
Oh, so that's what he was saying.
And then she made Shaq sound like a dummy, and she broke down the shooting percentages. He's like, okay, they was about 36% today. She then Wade, like, how you do that fast? She's like, that's that Tennessee math. She knew the percentage. She's like, they had all night tonight, but they shot about 36, 37% for 3. But that's the thing. She's like, they gonna shoot for 3. Like it's a 3-point shooting league. They ain't lying.
Especially if they're wide open.
Threes a game.
Especially if they're wide open.
I mean,
so the thing is that you gotta do pick and roll, and switches and play zone so you don't get burned for 3s. But you got to defend the pick. You got to know how to defend the pick and roll and which way to jump out on them. And Wade is like, man, they waiting too late. Your bigs got to step up. If your big man, it's his job. He got to step up. If he don't step up on those, like the Bulls, man, like today, like you and Gavin, man, y'all, we rolling over Giannis and them. I'm like, do y'all realize the Bulls' problem? That game should have been over. Y'all should have won that by 30.
Yeah,
going away. What happened? Yeah, what happened? Y'all didn't win it because y'all won it, but y'all barely survived in a dogfight in the fourth quarter in a game y'all had that was laughable. This is the Bulls' problem. That's why the Bulls won't make it nowhere, because they cannot close a game out. They were blowing. They're trying to get the game up. That was ridiculous. They were up like 15 with like 7 minutes to go. I'm like, they should have been over.
Well, see, no, I'm just happy because they made the over and they won the game, and I have money on that game, so I'm happy.
Oh, okay, you out here gambling? Oh, okay,
right.
Who the Bulls play?
They went against the Pelicans.
The Pelicans. They swept the Pelicans this season.
Ooh. Hey, the Pelicans been a disappointment this season.
Yeah, because they got Stan. Because they got Stan Van Gundy as their coach. Stan Van Gundy is garbage as a head coach. And then let me just say this. In tonight's game, and Stacey King talked about it, they went away from Zion in the third quarter. They didn't come back to him until the middle of the fourth quarter. And he was playing bully ball all game. I mean, how stupid can you be as a coach? With Denver, when the Bulls were coming back and they got the lead, they went back to Joker. And they rode Joker all the way to victory lane. I mean, Stan Van Gundy's one of the dumbest coaches in the league, and I don't understand how he gets a job. Probably because of his brother.
Yeah.
Here's my thing with Shaq, though. Like I said, I think he's just the wrong messenger. You can see it. Like, the old school just don't mess with the new school. I just wish him and Chuck would have some more, like, professionalism. Like, you don't see Isaiah or, like, Kevin McHale do that shit.
Facts.
No, because the thing is that Isaiah is more of a teaching the young kids. You know, he ain't like Shaq and Chuck. Shaq and Chuck don't want nothing to do with these youngsters. You know, Zeke is an educator, a teacher, a mentor. He's done that with the 3 generations below them. You know, Chris Webber, all these guys, they were all Quentin Richardson. All these guys was like, he was their coach. You know, Barkley and Shaq, they can never be a coach. They don't really know the game like that.
No,
like Charles is not somebody that knows the game.
Because they depend on underdogs to give them all the answers.
Yeah, and also, you know what I mean. Even
they were 2 players that depended on their God ability. You know, their God-given ability to be able to be successful. That's how they were able to make their mark in the league. You know, Charles got drunk almost after every game. You know, so. He just did that and tore his body down, and that's why his body just started failing him when he got older, because he just didn't give a damn no more. And he was just really retired after missing out on his chance in Houston. When they lost to Game 7, he was just out there. He just couldn't believe it. It was done.
Yeah.
Completely done. Barkley had nothing left, so he was just out there just being on the team, stuck on Houston. It was like, man, just getting overweight, going to weight loss camps, just, you know, playing to get in shape. Shaq was the same way, lack of discipline. But he started winning championships and got like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh, okay, good. I got the monkey off my back. I won 1. Now I got 2. All right.
Yeah,
you know, now that we done that, you know. Right. And then he won the championship and couldn't enjoy it. He mad at Stephen A. Smith. He want to hate on him because he was like, okay, now you got 1. Let's see if you could get 2. Man, I just won my first, man. You already talking about he's holding on to that to this day. To this day, he's like, man, I already met you and we had this conversation and I told you, man, you keep. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying back then, man. You know, I still kind of remember that. And that still bothered me, man. What that you said that, yeah, we've been squashed that, but I'm just saying that still kind of bothered me. That I just
if y'all been squashed, then why are you still harping on it?
Exactly.
Because it's what a hater does.
When he called himself Superman back then, weren't you the man of steel back then? That should have been no problem.
Right. He was like Frank said, he was a big Superman.
You know what, Cino? It just lets you know like how sensitive these guys really were back then, because there's some cream puffs back then. I mean, we talk about how people are passive aggressive now, you know, but you look at Shaq, he harboring comments over what Stephen A. Smith then said. And he was just trying to motivate the man.
No this echo
Well,
is starting to really irritate me,
well,
man.
if he mad at Stephen A. Smith for that, then he ought to be real mad at Rick Smith for a lifetime because he used to cook his ass
Oh
every time
yeah.
they played.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
I
yeah.
know that Rick Smith was on. He was going to retire after the finals. He retired. He never played another basketball game because
Right.
he had bad feet. So his feet was real bad and messed up. So he was like, that was it. He couldn't go through another season with his feet like that, playing another NBA season. So they just went to the NBA finals, and that was it. And then Larry left. Everybody ended up leaving the team. So they were done.
Yeah, not just
After the finals,
and not just
Larry Bird
Rick
left.
Smith, man. Not just Rick Smith, dude. Freaking Arvidas Sabonis used to give him the business, even though he was older. You know,
yeah.
Right, and he was old.
Yeah.
Sabonis used to
Hey,
give
Nick,
it.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a
you
good
know,
one, Nick. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, he only dominated when there was no big man left. They had Brian
they were
Grant
all
trying to guard
old.
He was a bum
Right.
slayer. A bum slayer.
a bum slayer. Wow.
Right.
Whenever
Man,
they
these
got
old school
somebody on
guys need to just realize that, okay, their time is up. You know, you might not like the new style of basketball they playing, but you still got to respect these players. Like what Shaq did to Donovan Mitchell, man, he should have been fined or something.
Yeah, he should have. That was so
uncalled for.
disrespectful and
Yeah, that
unprofessional.
was.
Very
I just don't
disrespectful.
I don't think you can get them to the next level. I just don't think you that kind of guy to get them to the next. He was like, all right, okay then, yeah, I hear you. You know, like that's like, man, the guy just won a game. You ask him about the game. All right, I just wanted to say that. I'm done. I'm like, all right, like that came out of left field. Like
that was not necessary.
What are you talking about right now?
That wasn't necessary. Oh.
Right, then he getting into Twitter battles with people and with JaVale McGee and everything else, going back and forth with JaVale.
He been messing with JaVale for years.
Exactly, dog.
He needs to leave him alone.
Right.
He had JaVale McGee on, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, God, you just let it go.
It was funny for a minute.
It got worse is on Twitter. You know, then he got on Twitter and made it crazy. You know, like, man, you know, like, hey, no, I ain't scared. You a punk. You ain't never been this. Yeah, I'm like, no, Shaq, you need to just relax, all right? You ain't playing no more. Somebody need to tell you, you done. That's it. You're not playing no more.
Right.
So just cut it. So
exactly.
Can't tell
you call somebody
no more,
man. All them missed hits that he done won at people and ain't never connected.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's been shadow boxing his half his career. Ain't connected yet on nobody, but you so
right. You
bad.
remember that fight with Charles? They both missed. Remember that with Charles?
Man, I remember that shot. He couldn't even
Hey, Chuck squared up with him, though. Chuck squared up with him, though.
Yo, they both missed.
Oh, yeah, he's talking about when he hit Alvin Robinson. Slap.
That was too funny, though. Hey, Chuck did square up with him, though, boy. I was like, all right, straight go down.
Hey, what about the refs exposing the ref tonight? Because of the Devin Booker situation. Like Candace was like, wait a minute, I'm in the WNBA. Can I get fined? All right. She's like, wait a minute, I need to know. Can I get fined?
Let me try. She broke it down. Yeah, she actually broke it down.
Right.
She actually broke it down about the pick and roll.
They don't make that NBA type money.
No.
She's like, I'm still in the WNBA.
No,
Shaq told her, don't worry, we got you. You fine. Don't worry, we got you.
I mean, Candace not in the WNBA no more. She a TV analyst making more money and getting endorsement money.
Right.
She ain't in the league no more. She got her checks.
Yeah, but she still don't make that much. I don't think she made 100 million yet. I don't think she made 50 yet.
Well, I think
she ain't.
Nah.
What up, gang? What up, gang? Yo.
NBA,
Here we go. What up, bro?
What up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Chilling.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on?
Mac Fat.
What's going on?
Man, Mac,
I hear y'all talking about Shaq, though.
So you see what Mitchell exposed the ref tonight? He said the ref cheated him out the game.
Who said that? Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, he went on to the podium and said, "This is getting out of hand. We already know what's going on." He was talking about what you were saying earlier when you made that video about the ref, what the ref got going on. He got on the stand. He said in the post game.
Who? Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, remember that video you made earlier? How the ref officiating getting out of hand. He said exactly what you said in the post game interview a while ago.
Yeah, I mean that's.
He said something need to be did. He said the league need to do something about the ref just getting out of hand.
Oh, I'm loving that. Yeah, I went off on them today.
You didn't see the interview? Yeah, he said exactly what you said.
I've been fighting the league all this time, man. Today we just had it out. Like it was on. I was like, look, we've been fighting for the whole week. Everybody giving me the run paragraph after paragraph, and I'm like, man, we ain't getting nowhere. I'm like, you ain't finna tell me.
This is what he said. They asked him about the game. He said, they asked Mitch about the game. He said, man, this is getting out of hand. We already know what's going on.
We know.
This only happens after a LeBron James game. Like, y'all remember early in the year with the Spurs and the Lakers? Like, it just is. This LeBron thing
I
is
remember
crazy.
that.
Yeah. Go ahead,
RoboCop didn't play tonight.
They not good enough. See, the thing about Michael Jordan and the Bulls is like, yeah, Mike got some calls, but they really didn't need him. Like, I'm like, no, they really didn't need a lot of them calls down the stretch. Mike
Exactly. Because Mike knew he would put the ball in the basket at the same time. He had skills, upon skills.
Right, that's what I was like. Michael knew how to win games. They knew how to close them out. The Bulls was so good that they'll be winning by 20 in the first half. The third quarter, they'll just basically rest and let the team get back in the game. It'll be a 2-point game. As soon as the fourth comes, they'll just blow them right back out the fourth. I'll be like, man, every time the Bulls is winning their games just like that, they'll be blowing them out for about 20. Then the game get out of hand. Then all of a sudden, here they come.
Right back again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but why are the players speaking out against the ref right now? I mean, why the players speaking out against the ref more than ever right now?
I mean, why? This needs to be heard.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be heard.
Right.
Because
if you're watching the games, you see the poor refereeing. All you gotta do is watch the games.
Exactly. Hey, and they got instant replay, and you can see it in the replay, and they still don't get it right.
And they still don't get it right.
Exactly. So basically what players are saying, and when basically what players are saying right now is enough is enough.
Yeah, Ty thing is all messed up. Ty, that's your audio, man. It is like really skippy, man. I don't know what's going on with it.
RoboCop didn't play tonight because he fixed the injury.
Yeah,
because he was tired.
He was load management. They say he was load management. They would have said on the
right.
On the injury report
because his legs are gone.
We all know LeBron James not hurt.
No, it ain't. His legs gone. This is why I'm saying they wasn't gonna win that championship had they played all the way through, because his legs he was starting to fade then.
Right.
And this is right after the All-Star game. It was the week after the All-Star game. So they had a whole nother month or two to play. And now when you give somebody 4 months off, it's a whole new thing. Now he's back on recharged, everything else. That's what I'm talking about. Chris Paul. Look at Chris Paul. He probably hurt right now.
Right.
No, I'm talking about LeBron James.
Yeah, that's who we're talking about.
That's who we're talking about. Both of them.
Hey, they tried to cheat Sacramento out the game a while ago, but Sacramento still won.
Yep, they did. They fouled out they fouled out Fox on the 2 bogus fouls that were.
It wasn't even a foul. So when you get a chance, look at that interview Donovan Mitchell did. Hey, he went off on him though. I think he might get fined for going off.
I know the Sixers won tonight.
I'm sure they're gonna fine him. You know that. You say anything
they
wrong
get their
about the
money.
ref, here comes the fine. Right.
Yeah, the Sixers won tonight. They beat not Portland. They beat Utah.
Utah. Yeah, that's the game he probably went off on. That's the one he probably said Mitchell went off on them refs.
Yeah, he did. I seen it.
Yeah, because Joel Embiid, he was getting to the line a lot. He dropped 40 tonight.
That's what it was.
Oh, man. 40. Yeah, he went off.
Yeah, he dropped 40. He went off.
He got ejected in overtime.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Was it worse than the Devin Booker ejection?
Oh, it is.
Give just credit they played on our team. Joel does what he does, and at the end of the day, they're a good team. We competed, but it's tough. Okay, like it's tough to go out there and see how we fight and compete, and to have a game like that taken from us. And I'm never ever wanted to say we could have done more, but this is getting out of hand. There have been games like this that we've won. There have been games like this that we've lost. So this whole refereeing stuff and the way we're nice, we don't complain, we don't get frustrated. We fight through things, and the fact that we just continually get screwed in a way by this, that we won this game, in my personal opinion. But like I said, I'm gonna give them credit. They won, whatever, cool. But this is it's a consistent thing. And the question is, can we do it? Can we sustain it? Are we for real number one? Yeah, the hell we are. And it's getting fucking ridiculous, KK. That this is what's happening. We have a whole second half of the season to go and get ready for it. But I'm sick of it. We all are. I think this is something that just it eats me. It eats at me, man. And I don't. Y'all know what it is. We all know what it is. But it's really getting out of hand. It's really, really, really getting out of hand.
That's the key word. That's the key word right there.
Y'all know what it is.
You know what it is.
You know what it is.
You know what it is.
And we all know what it is.
Like CeeDee said, man, they doing seeding.
Tomorrow, my video coming right down the pipe. First thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
That fastball.
They doing seeding, man. They do not want the Jazz to have the number one seed.
Well, that's too bad.
And they not gonna have the number one seed.
Like he just pointed out, man. That's what I'm saying. That's the key word right there. He pointed it right out to the whole world, so that everybody in the free world would know. that's what made it. That's what made it killer. Is that he told the whole world already what it was.
Mm-hmm.
My man came flat out and said, "You know what it is. They know what it is."
Right. You know what I mean?
And
right
he
now,
gonna know what it is. He gonna know what it is when he get that pink slip in that locker tomorrow.
Nah, he ain't getting no pink. He's not getting the pink slip, dog, but he is gonna get fined.
Yeah, he frustrated, but I understand that because
you can hear it in his voice.
Utah is not who they wanted to be at the top. They thought Utah was gonna be maybe 4th or 5th seed. That's where they saw Utah. They didn't realize Utah. They don't care that this team is actually playing better basketball. They tried to screw Utah out of countless games. But once the Lakers, when AD got hurt and the Lakers are losing and LeBron can't sustain because he's really a dinosaur out there, and they're like, well, man, the Lakers are losing. We can't have this. Well, we need everybody else.
Snoring.
We gotta make the Clippers lose. We gotta make everybody on top. They gotta come down. We can't let them get too far ahead of LeBron. So that's what they're doing right now, and they messing up the league with this nonsense.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. It's very getting ridiculous, though.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. And right now,
they mad because Utah's playing the best basketball right now. And the thing is, if this is supposed to be a sport, let it be a sport. I'm like, that's the problem right now. They trying to control the narrative and push who they want to the top, Dude, look, we saw the 49ers go up against the Kansas City Chiefs. We saw the Carolina Panthers in doggone Super Bowl in the NFL. This is how it works. You know, I'm like, this is what happens.
Yeah.
You gotta have a mix of new teams, new things. We don't want to see the same lineup all the doggone time.
Exactly. In the same lineup, man. They're not even the best teams always. You know what I mean?
And that's why the NFL's ratings are through the roof because they do it. They know how to do it.
Right, but at the end of the day, the NBA wants to be sports entertainment. They don't want to be sports.
But they're not entertaining.
No. Sports entertainment meaning wrestling.
Right.
It's just like with wrestling.
Absolutely.
These don't know how to make it aesthetically pleasing. Their imprint on the game is collapsing it. They're collapsing the game. By their interfering, they're dulling it out. So instead of letting all the best play the best, we can't see that. So you're never going to get a chance to see that. Like we saw Denver get screwed out of the whole Western Conference Finals. They were just like, we don't care what you do and win this thing.
Right.
When Miami got hurt, that was just great for them. They were like, man, now it's going to be harder for Miami to get a game. So now that they end up getting 2 and going 6 games, so they can get some more, revenue out of it. They couldn't dare risk LeBron getting game 7. I mean, they just totally that was just ridiculous.
And Cena, would you
agree? They don't replay any of those games.
Right, because they're terrible to watch.
So they always play the 90s or early 2000s.
Right. But Cena, would you agree with this? I think that there's 2 battles going on. You got one battle with the real ballers out there, like the Donovan Mitchells that are giving it all they got. And then you got the league heads that basically want to turn this into sports entertainment like wrestling, where everything is predetermined. So you got the real ballers versus what the administration wants and is killing the game. Whereas in the NFL, it's all uniform where it's like, you know what, we're going to have parity. A lot of these cities are going to make money. You're going to get some surprise teams that make the playoffs like the Browns last season. But pretty much we're going to make it a step. You're going to enjoy the Super Bowl and you're going to see the best teams.
My bad, my phone said.
You say your phone is what?
No, I said my phone had died, so I had to come back in the channel.
Okay. Yeah, well, here's the thing. And I wanted to be clear on it. The NFL, they play a part too in doing their thing of helping move teams that they want to move. Everybody does this. Baseball, the Dodgers and all that, the way they keep pushing the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They push the Yankees, the Dodgers. They want to push the teams that they like up there. But you still have an opportunity to win. See, that's the thing. Yeah, you got it. The deck is stacked against you, but you still have a chance. Here, it's a lot different because they don't know how to make it pleasing for the rest of the people. Like, you can still enjoy the football game. It might be a bad call here or there, but you can still enjoy the game. And the other team can still upset somebody because the other team could end up throwing an interception. They can fumble the ball. Anything can happen there. Here, they don't care what it looks like or how badly the officiating is. And it's not really the officials that's bad. The officials like, look, I'm told not to call this. Right. I'm told to let LeBron push off. I'm told to let him do this or let him be a star. One ref was like looking at LeBron to make a decision. Like, what's going on? LeBron, like, look, that's a foul. Throw him out. Right. The guy calling the foul. Like last year when he gonna call out and one. That's an and one. And he's laying it up off the glass and took 2 steps after a foul.
2 steps. Yep. I know exactly what you talking about, Cino. Yep.
Yeah. The man was fouled at the top of the key. They called the foul. He takes 2 steps, glide in for a layup. And I said, we could take 2 steps now after the foul. Where does this happen at? When did
Right.
they
When did
change
that
that?
start?
That's kind of like
That's
a
why the
wall.
best games never be the
Like
best
the
games
newsrooms
never
up
be
as of
LeBron games. It's always the Clippers and Nets was probably the
because,
best
like we
game of the
always say,
year.
LeBron's game is not aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
I allow James Harden when he does that step back. You allow him to take a third step. Since when is you allowed to take a third step on a step back?
Hey, and
Yeah,
drag
I
your
mean, hey,
foot.
they got
And
that.
drag your foot. When did they start
And
letting
that's
you
why
do
Luka
that?
do it, because they put in the Euro League. I mean, they go one, they dribble one, and jump back and take 2 step back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and that's a legal move. So I said,
Yep.
okay, well, Ginobili brought over the Euro step, that whole step one side, step to the other side. They brought that into the league. Even though they can't teach that in any basketball camp I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Somebody
I've never
said, y'all
seen that.
remember when LeBron James got Paul Pierce injected?
Huh?
You said
Somebody
what?
said, y'all remember when LeBron James got Paul Pierce injected?
No.
Yeah,
No.
when he got Paul Pierce.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. I remember when they threw out Antonio McDyess for the Detroit game. That game when LeBron scored that 40-something points and went off that game. Everybody loved to throw that game. That was his first big playoff performance. Where he came out, they went to the finals that year. Like, because they threw Antonio McDyess out the game. Nobody remembers that. McDyess was shutting him down. They throw him
I
out,
forgot
then he
about
goes
Antonio
off.
McDyess.
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
Yeah, he was on out the game, and then that happened. And I'm like, they ruined C. Williams' chance to get a ring.
I forgot all about Antonio McDyess.
Well, they ain't that new because they did that to him when he was in Sacramento.
The NHL,
was Jeff Bezos' brother.
the
That's
NHL be
funny.
we're rigging games too.
Drake stole the Euro step and turned it
Hold on,
into
wait,
That's
hold on, y'all, real quick, man. Cino,
Drake is funny.
Cino, there's
The Lakers. Now we all know it's no surprise to the NBA. Like you had the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers play each other 5 straight years in a row. From the very first year Adam Silver came into the league, he played LeBron in the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors 5 straight years. And they rolled to the bank on that, but they were losing in the playoffs. The playoffs were the worst games ever, the most 20-point blowout games in the history of the game. They could not officiate this because it's hard the referees, it's hard for them to put an imprint on the game without disturbing it. You know, the referee's job is to, because let's like if they say there's no refs out here, this whole game is a free-for-all, just a bunch of 5-on-5 up and down basketball on the court, and it's boring to watch. And if so many people grabbing, fouling, and pushing, if he stoppages of play for fights and all that, it's just too much. And that's what the referees are there to keep the flow of the game moving. And now it's like the refs will tell you before the game, the refs will tell you what they calling, what they're looking for, or they'll say, hey, are they playing it tight? Like they calling at this game, and they give you a couple of warnings. Hey, watch your hands. So before the games, what they don't show you guys is the players will go up to the referees and be like, okay, so what you really calling today? What you really, like if they normally have a good rapport with the ref, they normally ask the refs, and the refs will say, hey, just don't body him up, man. They give you some warnings. The refs be, hey, don't body him. Watch your hands, the refs. Because especially the younger players, they try to go up and be like, okay, or they can see the refs ain't talking to them. The refs must already have a problem. So really, they come over and they calling it early, and they ain't giving no warnings. They're not talking. You're like, okay, the refs on something. You got to know, like, okay, they're not gonna let me do that. So certain players, they want a player to get off. So they be like, I ain't been in the line yet. They gonna drive the lane and just go, and throw their hands up. They know to do that, so they can just get to the line. The refs can't put you on the line if you don't do nothing for them to put you there. They like, look, you got to go. I remember one time the ref told the player, go to the hole. You're shooting threes. I can't put you on the free throw line. I want to put you on the free throw line, but if you're shooting a wide open three and you missing, I can't say foul.
Wow.
Try to the hole so I can say foul and put you on the line. The wrestlers,
Unless you Steph Curry.
damn near had to tell the guy.
Unless you Steph Curry.
You said,
I said unless you
Steph Curry.
When Steph
You said
Curry.
unless you Steph. Yeah, Steph don't get no.
Hey, yo,
That's like
Carcino.
he get no respect. But they give him that in like the early in the game, give him a 3-point play or something like that because Steph built this new 3-point era. This was built around Steph. Everybody, all the guards started changing their game. Dame changed his game. He like Steph. All these guys like, oh, this is what's hot now. I got to start shooting 30-footers, 40-footers.
Yeah,
you know, you got Trey Young doing stuff. Doing what Steph was doing early in his career. Right, you got Dame had changed his game. These guards now are shooting 40-foot jump shots. Steph changed his league to just a shooting league, and everybody trying to shoot. Clay and Steph, Splash Brothers. They brought the money to the table. They just needed LeBron's name. So when they matched up with LeBron, that was like primetime TV. Steph and them had the kids. All the kids was wearing Steph Curry jerseys. Nobody was wearing LeBron jerseys. Only older people was buying LeBron. Steph had the kids, all the young people.
You never seen LeBron James uniform?
Stuff.
Hey, hold on, Cino. There's a slight lag on your part right now because I'm seeing it right now visually. I'm seeing it, and the feedback is not good on your part. I don't know if anybody else knows this, but I'm seeing it.
Nah, I know it's the.
Yeah,
I thought it was
like
my
an
phone.
echo somewhere.
It's somebody echoing.
All right, I'm gonna dip out and let y'all go ahead and hold it down, and I'm gonna reset myself.
Yeah, man. This league is soft these days, man.
Soft as wet tissue.
What's going on, Q?
Hey, but
what I missed? What y'all talking about?
We just talking about the refs.
What y'all talking about?
How bad
Talking about NBA corruption.
hey, y'all see Zion not competing in the dunk contest, man?
The LM?
No, why you want him so bad? Why you want him so bad in dunk contest?
I wouldn't participate in it either.
I wouldn't participate neither.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what's wrong with the league, man.
Bro,
that's like Steph Curry not doing the 3-point shootout. Like this is what you do.
To compete in the dunk contest, dog. The dunk contest is crappy anyway now.
Yeah, anyway, so it's him.
It's crappy because they crappy.
Yeah,
for him,
they ain't got no heart.
Hold on. But to him, I wouldn't mind. I would not. Hold on.
Yeah, I think the last year.
Hold on. No, because I would not join. I would not join either because like I'm trying to focus on my team and all that. But I'm not really in that no more.
I feel you on that one, Sterling.
That's that LeBron James excuse, man.
That's not an excuse, dude. Like,
bro, if by All-Star Weekend your team is underachieving or playing like crap, you have no reason to be in a 3-point contest or dunk contest.
Exactly.
You need to be focusing on getting your team better. The ultimate goal is to get a ring, not a damn slam dunk trophy. Who cares about that, bro?
I mean, that's for like the fans, though.
The value of it has been paid down.
Jordan was winning at that time. I mean, the slam dunk contest got nothing to do with
look what happened. He said after that he got hurt. He said that's why he stopped doing it.
He did it 3 years in a row.
But he stopped doing it.
Yeah, he got older.
But Rob B, you got to think though. Way back then compared to now, we've seen all them dunks 5,000 or 6,000 times. But back then, nobody had ever seen them kind of dunks, bro. So that's what made it better.
Nah, I mean, last year was pretty good. With
now, hey, I will say, I will say the Zach Levine and what was the other
Eric Gordon.
kid?
Eric Gordon.
Yeah. Now they little dunk off that they had. Now that was nice.
Yeah,
That was like one of the best
Yeah, it
looks.
was.
The last best one. The last one. The
I
last
tell
good
you
one.
this right
I think
now. There are high school all-star games with dunk contests that are better than the NBA dunk
I
contest.
disagree.
Oh,
I disagree
facts.
too.
Nah,
I
I do
No,
agree.
that's
I
facts.
agree. I agree.
No,
go,
I
I agree with
disagree.
that.
No,
if you
no,
go,
I
Hold on,
disagree.
hold on. High school?
No, hold on.
I disagree.
Hold on. I
No,
disagree. I disagree
I
with
know.
you.
I know
Hold on.
several people. I know
I know
several people that's in
several.
high school that
Hold
will
on.
tear down a
Hold
dunk
on, one at a
contest.
time, y'all.
Yeah,
Real,
Let me
like
speak
real
to they
talk.
show
if
me.
you
Hold
go
on.
to the
Real talk.
if you go to
Hold on.
All-American
Now
Hey,
me,
y'all let Sterling talk, dog.
man, let me speak.
All right.
No, me, I disagree with you on that one because both they haven't really been good. Because now you got females, basketball players, high school basketball players get involved, and every time they make a dunk, they go crazy. Oh, in Downs high school game, I'm like, no, haven't really gotten better. So no,
Well, no. I'm specifically talking about like the McDonald's All-American game or
Is my
any high
audio
that's
still
what I
school.
messed
said.
up?
That's what I said. With Downs All American, they let
Oh, you
females.
good now?
They let
No, you
Yeah,
females
good.
you good now,
participate in
Cino.
yeah, but they let females
Nah,
participate.
Okay.
They let females participate in the down on high school dunk contest. See them doing. No, this is not. It haven't been good.
but nah, it's still more entertaining than the NBA
And it's not really
slam dunk
I'm
entertaining.
saying
contest.
though, Zion, all
It's
he
not
do
really
is dunk the
entertaining.
ball. That's what he is known for. He ain't doing the dunk contest. That's weak.
How's that weak? That's
Oh,
that's
Nobody
that's
don't want
weak.
to
really
do it.
weak.
LeBron? Are you serious?
Rob,
Zion not doing
That's
Rob,
not
the
really
dunk?
a
He
weak
pulling
move.
hey,
LeBron?
Rob B, let me ask you a question.
No, I can
Okay,
see
let
it
me
this
ask.
year because they got the
Let me,
dunk contest at halftime. That's strange. But I mean,
bro. Who else was gonna be in the dunk contest?
that's my point too. If you a dunker, you should do it. That's what you do.
But he
But
ain't doing it.
what
But
I'm
he
saying though is, if ain't nobody in there this year, what's the point of Zion going in? You already know who gonna win. That's a waste of time.
and Zion not even focused on that. He trying to get his
Right,
team better. He ain't focused on that.
Zion ain't even the leader of that team. It's Brandon Ingram.
bro.
He
Zion got
ain't
plenty
even
But
years
the.
he
Whoa,
got
whoa,
plenty
I
Steph Curry
didn't
did a
years
see
to
all
get in
three-point
the
that.
dunk
shootout, right?
contest.
Yeah,
Bro,
I'm trying to think. Is
Zion.
this the
Steph was
phone?
on
Is
the
that somebody phone?
Who
Somebody's
echoing?
phone?
Man, I don't know who's it. I don't know.
Who echoing? Shit.
I have no
I don't know.
idea.
I don't know.
It ain't my phone.
Okay, it's sounding a little better.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
But yeah, Steph Curry gonna be in this 3-point contest with Zach Levine and a few other players. But the dunk contest, you know what I liked about the dunk contest
Devin
back in
Booker,
the day?
Zach Levine, and Steph Curry gonna be in the 3-point contest.
Right. That's gonna be
Oh yeah.
more entertaining than the dunk
Right. Yeah.
contest. What I
Facts.
liked about the
Facts.
dunk contest
Well,
back in the
3-point
day in the
contest has
80s
been
and
more
90s.
entertaining years.
Hey, yo, Carcino.
They should have.
Yeah, Obi
You
gonna
heard
win the dunk contest.
you
Like
heard about
Anthony
Dave?
Edwards and Zion should be doing the dunk contest, man. Period.
No.
That's weak if they not.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why, but everybody's audio is like not working right for some reason.
Yo, Carcino.
LeBron is into
Yeah,
it.
You heard about Dak Prescott saying he want to hire a contract than
LeBron,
Patrick
man.
Mahomes?
I tell you.
Yeah, nobody can worry about it.
I'm gonna try to leave and come back. I'm gonna see if it works.
Dak, yeah, Dak. I don't know, man. Dak thing is a little messed
I don't
up.
know.
With his
Yeah.
contract. I think he should just take a 1-year deal, but I understand what his agent's trying to do. His agent is saying, look, pay me my money. We got the numbers. But if you look at the games, Dak got a lot of his numbers in garbage time. It wasn't like we finna win the game moments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They getting down 28 points or 25 before he start coming back in the second half. And then he getting all these numbers, so his numbers look crazy. So if you look at his numbers, I'm like, man, his numbers is up there. You know what I'm saying? So, but Patrick Mahomes did a lot, but he ain't getting no $44 million. I'm like, he can forget that.
Hell no.
Who want
Dak
40? Dak
Prescott?
want
No,
44
sir.
million?
But they want to franchise
Hell no.
again.
Oh, he's smoking that good Dallas stuff.
Oh,
Now, Patrick
hell
Mahomes,
no.
quarterback, I think
44 million? He must be crazy.
That's what I said.
Who you think he robbing Chelsea? Clinton? Who you Chelsea Clinton?
Man,
I don't know why you giving that money anyway. They're not going nowhere.
they not going nowhere.
The Dallas Cowboys ain't going
That
nowhere.
kind of money. If you go get that kind of money, you might as well give it to Russell Wilson because he want out of town. But no, he don't want. Sierra want out of town. Sierra
Right, there you go.
Get out of town.
Seattle, yeah, Sierra want to get out of town.
Sierra want to get out of town.
Well, hey, I hope they come right to Chicago.
Yeah,
Man,
no,
come on, man.
no.
Ain't about going to that KKK team.
No, what's good about Chicago? I'm joking.
Hey, let me ask y'all something.
I don't want Nicholas go off on me.
What y'all think about Cam going to Washington?
Who cares?
Okay, who cares?
Who cares? Because I mean, it's
They ain't
over
gonna do nothing. They're not gonna do nothing either.
It's over for
Y'all
Cam.
talk like y'all team's just been dominating the last few years. Come on.
Actually, it's
Hold on,
over for Cam, dog.
I
What's
think he'll
Cam
do better.
gonna do?
I think he'll do better there than at the New England. But New
I
England
would say
ain't
no.
got
I would definitely say no.
Man, what the hell does Washington have? They got a great defense, but who
No,
can
I
he
said
throw to?
no. Who's a wide receiver?
Who's a wide receiver?
Who you gonna throw to?
You got a point.
Who's a running back? Who's the offensive line? If Alex Smith can get hurt, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah.
JJ Watt went to the Cardinals.
Who cares about that? He's washed too.
He gotta be locked up for a height.
Who cares again?
He pulled a height on
he's
him.
washed,
That's what he
dog.
did.
No. Who cares? Who cares
$23
about
million guaranteed. He stole that damn money.
Who cares about JJ White? He's an
highway
injury
robbery without a gun.
He always get hurt.
Man, I can't remember the last time he played a full season.
Injured.
I don't think he ever played a full season. Just to think about it.
Hey, if he did, it was very early in his career. If he did,
probably very early, probably 1 or 2 the first or second year.
No, it's for first thing is good.
You know what player I want to see on my team when he went to a different team? I want to see. I want to see. I wanted to see DeAndre Hopkins in the Eagles uniform, but we passed on him.
Yeah, who cares?
Y'all can have Carson.
Y'all can have him.
I said DeAndre Hopkins.
Y'all can have Carson Wentz.
Y'all can get him. I can get him in.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, they can have him. We all want him in the net.
Why you don't want him? He got mobility though.
The Bears are smart by not getting him.
No, bro. Carson Wentz is so overrated. No, man, I don't want.
You don't want him for his mobility? To stay in the pocket and all that?
Yeah, all that mobility and he still get hurt.
Well, I mean, I think
always get hurt when it's time for it to count. That's when he get hurt.
I agree, but
so what the point? What you want him for? What you want a regular season quarterback for?
I'll tell you what.
To put a team around him.
Yeah.
They already got a team. They was in the playoffs last year.
They was.
Right. Like him being on the Colts is actually a good thing. Because
how's it a good thing if he's always hurt?
No, because they're gonna force him to play in the pocket. And he's playing with his old offensive coordinator, where he was most successful.
He would not. That would not be good for him and the coach. Who's their quarterback?
That's who we talking about.
Yeah,
man.
that's what we talking about.
That's what we're talking about, man.
I said, who's their quarterback?
Wentz.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Wentz.
Yeah, he with the coach.
He's playing with his old offensive coordinator. So, and listen, when you look at the Colts, they are a good team. They got a great running back with Mac. You know what I mean? They got T.Y. Hilton. They got a balanced attack. Wentz is gonna be fine in the coach uniform because he's playing with his old OT, so he's happy.
Yeah, he gonna be happy until he show up on that injury report because you know it's covered. Come on, bro, you know it's covered. Hey, but I feel what you said though. I do feel what you said though.
And look, remember this: the Colts playing the AFC South. The only team that's legitimate is the Tennessee Titans, and they only see them twice a year. Everybody else is garbage. So they're gonna be. I'm telling you, Wentz is gonna be fine in the Colts uniform.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Mr. Sledge.
Okay.
With all that being said that we just said, is it fair to say that Carson Wentz, this should be his bounce back season? It shouldn't be no excuses then, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
If you Carson Wentz, you feeling real good right now because you got out of a toxic situation. You're playing with your old offensive coordinator, which you were successful with back in 2017 before you got hurt.
Right.
And you got a squad around you. It's not like the Colts are a bunch of bums. They are stacked.
Right.
And you playing in a weak division other than the Tennessee Titans. The only team I got to worry about is the Titans. I'm straight.
We gonna see. We gonna see what transpires.
Yeah, we will. I think the team that people are asleep on is the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
And the Miami Dolphins is the team that's going to pop a lot of people. That defense has improved dramatically.
Man.
And that defense stifling dude. I mean, they were stifling like the Chiefs. They were the ones giving the Chiefs problems too. And I was like, that defense, the Chiefs wasn't moving the ball on them. And that's what I was like seeing how exposed the Chiefs was all season. I'm watching them play and I'm like, man, they done. I'm looking at them like they can't really move. And what's his name? Hill is not a good route runner. He's a track guy. And that's what I told people. When they get these track runners and they try to turn them into wide receivers, when they get jammed up and you get physical with them, they normally get knocked their timing off. They're not really great route runners. They didn't grow up for their whole career. And that's why Tyreek Hill can have a game where he get 200 some yards in a game, then he disappeared. And you don't you be like, man, where he at? Why he got 3 catches? Because when they focus on you, like a great receiver would know, like, look, I know how to get open when I need to for my quarterback. So even if they think they got me jammed up, I can still get mine. I'm all-time dangerous. So a good receiver knows how to do that. This is why guys who are people that can run routes, but they just don't have it in them, that dog in them, like Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's that way. You could take him completely out of the game.
I've seen him. I've seen him go Casper to go so many times. Buddy. He's a disappointment in Dallas, man. He really is. He's a disappointment in Dallas.
He's still in it now.
Yeah, man. He was a disappointment in Oakland.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mr. Sled. You're right.
You was disappointment in Oakland. You doing the same
if Watson
thing.
go to Miami, y'all in trouble.
Yeah. Well, if Watson go to Miami, that's scary. If he go to Miami, that's scary, man. That's a scary. Ooh,
that's all they need is a passer.
That's it.
They got a number 1 wide receiver over there.
Yep.
And I was like, all they got to do is get him the ball. If he can stay healthy, that dude is just incredible. Parker? He can get everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he just need a passer. He been doing that without a quarterback. Imagine when he get one.
Yeah, they gonna be a scary team, man. But I've been seeing
Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper runs a better route than Tyreek Hill. I mean, Hill has speed. Tyreek Hill. The thing about him is that he's a better route runner than Hill, but you could take them both out of the game. That's what I mean. Take them both out of the game.
Well,
Hill did not grow up with football. He grew up with track. And when you got a track runner out there, this is why I'm telling you, all those track runners, when the game gets hot in them playoffs, you could find a way to get them out of there. Tyreek Hill got that one play in that Super Bowl. That was it on like 4th and 15. And he caught that one route that they ran for him. And he was able to go one-on-one because San Francisco was really stupid. And they over-pursued. They should have just stayed on Tyreek Hill and took their chances underneath. They trying to get to the quarterbacks on 4th and 15. I'm like, look, let him run around all day. But we ain't going to let Tyreek Hill beat us. We are not going to be stupid enough to go one-on-one and leave that kind of space with Tyreek Hill. That was just dumb.
Yeah, true. You're right.
Well, that's what that put them in a bad spot. Now, Philly, last year, half their team was hurt. Like everybody got hurt early. They had a bunch of young receiving core. They got some young guys that was, can go out and get the ball. But they was just done. Like their offensive line was hurt. Defensive players got hurt. So we never really got to see the Philadelphia Eagles really. I knew that early on. That a lot of these guys, he said, that's fact.
It is facts. What you saying about my team is facts.
Yeah, but the young players they got, them young receivers, they were starting to come on a little bit. Like they got some guys that got 4.2 speed, 4.1 speed. They just young. And, they got to get used to NFL play. And a lot of them got hurt. So they were out. So Wentz didn't have he didn't have the confidence really in the offensive line. The offensive line didn't even like him. When they don't like your quarterback, like they like we don't like this guy. We don't want him to be
for a long game if your offensive line don't like you.
Exactly. He was out there looking like Willie Beeman. Like, come on, man. They ain't gonna play for him.
Yo, no cap, Casino. Some of our games I was watching, I'm like, yo, hold on, protect my quarterback, y'all. That's all I kept saying. Like, yo, protect my quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Wentz is not your quarterback. That's not the guy that's gonna win you a game. He don't have arm strength. That dude, if you don't have arm strength and you can't get that ball down the field, Tom Brady, because they talking about Brady don't have no arm strength. Brady was getting that ball down the field. That's all that mattered. He was moving the ball
His
down
arm
the field.
looks strong to me.
Right. You gotta respect it. So if you can't get the ball down the field, the defense is gonna play up. It's like baseball. When the infield comes in, when they know you ain't got no power, that's how it is in the NFL. They gonna play up because they know you can't get the ball out there.
Speaking of Carson Wentz, I still got
Carson Wentz. Ain't that how they played the Saints this last year? Ain't that how defenses played the Saints? Because Brees can't get the ball down the field.
And he younger than Tom Brady. So that's telling you right there, his arm is gone. But they think they beat themselves because they keep relying on Brees to get it done when they should have been giving the ball to Kamara. All that time, all they got to do is get a ball to Kamara. Dump it over here, let him work. You want to get those passes down the field to the wide receiver and get them touchdowns. You so thinking about stats. That's why y'all losing. You turning the ball over and Brady looking like, this is why I got championship. And you sitting here with one. And y'all the number
I heard Drew Brees coming back, though.
Yeah, I heard he coming back, too, man. I heard Brees coming back, too.
He took a pay cut. He want to try to go again because he don't want to let it go. It's like, dog, it's over.
His arm going to fall off by game 6.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The Steelers, man, they don't fire or let nobody go in Pittsburgh. Because that's what I'm saying. They don't hold nobody's feet to the fire. They already got.
One thing I will say, Nick Foles, he had an arm. I still got his jersey. Him and Carson Wentz, I still got their jersey.
Yeah, he can get the ball down the field. That's Nick Foles can throw the ball down the field. But you got to be in the right offensive set. You put him on the Chicago Bears and you got him running Mitch Trubisky plays. I'm like, dog, what you doing? You can't run this. They like, Foles is done. Foles ain't done it all. I bet you put him with the right offensive coordinator, he gonna be like, man, what happened to him? Man, he's back. No, fool, He not Mitch Trubisky. He ain't running these garbage plays that's behind the line of scrimmage.
They don't know how to use them. That's why, Carcino. They don't know how to use them.
They don't.
You don't.
They don't know what they're doing because they used to a quarterback in this new like motion offense. Everybody rolling out, tight end just there to block. You know, it's like what the hell?
Yeah, my team, we knew how to use them.
Army to retire.
Well, yeah, because he fit that system. You know, he had a guy, but see, the thing is, he got to have some burners. You got to have guys that can get down there. Now, the Bears had a burner. That rookie, I don't know where.
Yeah, Mooney. You talking about Mooney?
That boy got wheels.
Yeah.
He can get down there. Did those plays for Mitch? It worked. Then the Bears be like, okay, we snuck one in. Let's not do it again for the rest of the game. I'll be like, I'm like, man, this team here, they have no faith in their damn quarterback.
Well, can you blame them? They don't know how to pick a quarterback.
Yeah, but the thing is, Mitch has almost got you to the Super Bowl. And he got you in position to win the game, and the kicker missed the field goal. So, a chip shot. You know, so he hit the first when they called the timeout, and all he had to do was hit another chip shot. That dude hit the most crossbars ever, and now he's Cleveland's problem.
Well, but also if you go back,
no, he be killing us too.
But if you go back before then, like he played mediocre in that playoff game. It wasn't like Mitch was playing lights out. It shouldn't have come down to a field goal in the first place.
No, because I mean he did miss a throw.
He
but
did.
They dropped a lot too. Mitch put it there and they was dropping.
Yeah, they dropped a couple of touchdown passes that game.
Yeah,
probably.
you know what I'm saying?
I always feel like the league gonna give the Bears a Super Bowl, like how the baseball gave the Cubs a World Series.
Wait, hold on. The league didn't give the Cubs a World Series.
They gave y'all that World Series, bro. They gave y'all that World Series.
We took it, bro.
Marcina, I'm gonna give you a bad memory. Remember y'all lost to my team?
Because we
I know, because they did. Come on, we was up 3-1, man.
Y'all
fell off that next year. What happened the next year?
Man, what happened to y'all next year? We went further than y'all.
We made the playoffs again. We've been making the playoffs.
We've been making the playoffs too. What are you talking about?
Cubs in the playoffs like 4 straight years.
What are you talking about? When? We've been like 5 NLCSs. What are you talking about?
Y'all had that one. I forgot that one pitch. He went back to the Yankees. Then y'all had that one DH. I think his name was Schwarber or somebody. He was gone. Like they gave y'all that World Series, man.
How they did it to us when we actually won it?
Exactly.
The very next, no. Y'all choked. That's what happened.
No. Wait, we did some choking.
Right.
The problem was Brian showed up and started.
They didn't have nobody in the stands to catch a home run ball.
Jim, we were down 3-1. I saw a Cleveland fan. He bet me. And then I told him that was the last time I seen him. He lost that money. I ain't seen him ever again in life. We were down. Like, why are you confident? I said, I'm confident because I know we could win because of the pitching matchup. We going to the AFC. All we gotta do is win.
See, when I saw the president tweet, I'm like, oh, we done.
No, we just have to win the one game at the crib. Because, see, when you play in the AFC, American League, the designated hitter you can bring somebody in to bat for the pitcher. The pitcher don't have to bat. And that's why we had Swarmer come in. Swarmer was on the medical restriction. So we couldn't play Swarmer when he was in Chicago. And he was killing y'all.
I know.
And we brought him in as the pinch hitter. He was batting over there in the AFC. So I say, we get here, then we got Jake going. We had the pitching lineup. Y'all couldn't mess with Hendricks. Y'all couldn't do nothing with them dudes. I was like, we got 3 of our best pitchers going. Ain't no way.
We ran out of gas. We got tired. We had that little run. I think
man, you making weak excuses now, man. Come on now.
we came back in game 7. Then
Rob B, you making them LeBron James excuses.
I'm saying, bro.
It was LeBron. He came in bandwagon. You saw JR in it. I mean, like, come on.
Blame James.
Fan. Y'all choke when y'all had Albert Bell and somebody else on there. And y'all was like, Albert Bell took y'all all the way to y'all should have won that year.
Yeah,
and the
man,
championship.
Man, see no Cleveland.
Let it break.
Man,
But
see
we've
no
been there.
Cleveland.
I'm saying
when
that's
they
what I'm
had
saying.
Manny
Then
Ramirez and Pedro Martinez.
Oh yeah,
And
I forgot.
those guys
they did
choked
have them
too.
dudes. Yeah, yep.
Those guys choked too.
I want to see if the Phillies can make some noise with Bryce Harper.
Nah, man.
Schwarber is over there with the Nationals now.
I think Bryce Harper is one of the most
about.
overrated baseball
that
players
team had
of all
great
time.
run. That's what I'm saying. Hard. Like you see Lindor gone. Y'all done lost all y'all pieces. Because the thing is, you in baseball, it's only so long. There's no salary cap. That's why one guy can get like $400 million. I'm like, hey, you got one
we
guy.
got the cheapest. We got the cheapest owner in the league, dog. They did a stat yesterday where our payroll is like the 10th time lowest. Something crazy like that.
That's why.
And that's why, because the 10th time lowest payroll,
like the Cincinnati
he don't want
Bengals
to
of
pay
baseball,
nobody.
bro.
Robbie, what are you trying to do?
You and the White Sox owner is right there side by side. Watch how he
I'm
break up the
saying the
White Sox.
Cubs cheated
The White
us.
Sox got a
Period.
nice
Y'all lost. You lost.
and they finna choke
You
you.
The
lost.
Cubs
We're
straight
better than
cheated,
you
bro.
because we were better. No, we were better than you, dog. It's as simple as that, y'all.
Exactly.
Y'all had that.
Totally.
What was that one fan?
Totally.
That old lady come to the game. Like everybody was on y'all side, man.
Oh, it was just that we were better than y'all, dog. Suck it up. Suck it up.
I tell you
Y'all
this
was not
much.
better than us. We was
Suck
up
it
3-1
up.
easy.
Suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it up.
Look, I tell you this much, man. Y'all better watch out for the White Sox in that division because they coming too.
Yeah, the White Sox finna beat y'all. I mean, I hate the
Yeah,
White
they about
Sox.
to beat y'all like a pinata on the little kid birthday.
I want to see if the Phillies can make
But
some
the White
noise with
Sox,
Bryce Harper.
here's the thing. They are the cheapest owners in the game. They play the thing of how much money can I make without trying to pay any
Because
other
once
player.
again, because Cino, once again, Jerry Reinsdorf is the owner of the White Sox still, isn't he?
Yep, he owns the White Sox and he owns the Bulls.
There you go. There's where the problem lies.
As long
right
as Jerry in charge, the players get nothing.
There you go. That's where the issue lies right there.
Hey, yo, Carcino.
There you go.
Carcino, you think Bryce Harper gonna make the Phillies make some noise?
Who?
Bryce Harper with the Phillies. You think they're gonna do something?
The Phillies, no. Phillies not in position. They don't have a pitching. Phillies are not gonna. They gonna get rocked.
They don't even have the defense right now. They don't have enough defense.
They one of the worst teams as far as errors and everything.
Right,
else.
exactly.
They looking like they ain't even trying to improve.
Yeah, Atlanta's
have some problems.
division. Atlanta and the Florida Marlins are gonna go at it for that division.
But did they have a team though, man? When they had Howard, man, oh my God, did that line?
There's some of the Phillies won a championship was 2008.
Yeah, I mean, but that team was good.
Pujols and Howard Ryan or somebody.
Yeah, Utley. Y'all had Utley on y'all team.
Yeah, that lineup was monstrous. See, the Cubs' problem is, and I knew it when the moment we won the championship, what our problem was. And that was they were already determined because I had already talked to him and he sent me a picture when he was holding the World Series trophy. And that's why I got the World Series trophy out there on the wall.
Oh, God.
Down that wall.
Oh, God.
Show up for one time. Show up for one time.
One time for the fun time.
Yeah, show us fun time.
That's right.
Yeah, there it go.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports, I can pick the hockey.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cleveland. I knew it was
Give me Carcino.
Thanks, Cleveland.
But yeah, our leadoff hitter, we didn't pay him. We thought we can win without.
Proving that
the city of Chicago has better
They gave it to y'all. That dog. What was that one pitcher? He went back to the Yankees or the Mets.
Yeah, we picked him up just for that. We picked him up.
That's what I'm saying.
But
they gear everything for y'all.
So
we was still up 3-1.
Yeah.
Man, you should
Hey, yo,
be
Y'all
playing
Carson,
remember, look at y'all
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna do that
matchup.
for the Bears, man. They're gonna give y'all Super Bowl.
I
Oh,
hope
y'all
they
had a
do.
young boy. Y'all had
I
a
hope
young
they
boy who
do.
was getting off. Y'all had a young boy who was getting off. That young pitcher, he was like 20 years old. He was doing so good. They were talking about him. And then when that pressure got hot, Game 7, winning the championship, that boy was sweating and getting lit up like Christmas. Crack, crack, crack.
Right. But
Yo,
I
y'all
think baseball should go get them a salary cap, man. Because we should
Nah.
have like 4 or 5. We had CC. We had all the Cy Youngs. Cliff
I
Lee.
know, but y'all choke. That's what Cleveland do. Y'all choke.
Oh, dog. That's y'all
We
issue,
can't
dog.
never sign them back.
Is that my end?
Man, I have no idea, dog.
hey, yo, I got a homie of mine. He had tickets to take me to a hockey game. I got to pick the hockey.
Yeah, you know. You
I
should
got to pick the
go.
hockey. I ain't watched hockey in so long.
Yeah.
Man.
But my
But
favorite hockey team is the Flyers. I will say that.
well, yeah, they in Philly, right?
Yeah, I'm in Philly.
Yeah,
Of
that's your
course.
home base,
Of
right?
course, that's your home base. So, of course, they're going to end up being your team. 9 times out of 10, it's natural. So, again.
Shit, we ain't
But
even
yeah,
got
but
we ain't
Cleveland,
got a
man, look, I
professional.
kind of
We
feel
don't have
sorry
a
for y'all,
professional
man.
baseball team here or hockey team here.
Well, to me, you know, with hockey, man, like, you know, Florida shouldn't have a hockey team. Vegas shouldn't have a hockey team. To me, only cold city should have hockey teams with its natural ice. That shit is not even fair, G. We going to Las Vegas to watch hockey. We
Right, and
going
it's
to
hot
Florida
outside.
to
Yeah, that's
watch
weird.
hockey.
That
We
is
going to
weird.
California to watch hockey.
That is weird.
Yeah, man. Like,
That's a
that
weird
should be
dynamic.
outlawed.
That's a weird dynamic, though, right there.
Somebody said
Yeah, I
Caps
feel
over
you.
Flyers. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I remember when the Blackhawks won their first championship against the Flyers. That last second.
Oh, you had to bring up bad memories. I remember that year. You had to bring up bad memories. Oh man, I remember that year.
Yeah,
They
my boy
celebrated on
Kane.
our home turf too.
My boy Kane. Patrick Kane. Hit that game-winning shot at the last second,
I know.
boy.
I remember that game. I was watching that game. I know.
Y'all got
I was watching that game. I remember.
Yeah.
Y'all bringing me bad memories, man. Oh man.
It's all right, man. But yeah, man. But I feel bad for Cleveland for y'all baseball team because, like I said, the White Sox, man, they loaded up, and I ain't even a Sox fan. I'm Cubby Blue all
Right.
day.
Oh, yeah, by far.
Okay. I mean, we still got our farm system is crazy, so we still probably be in there. We'll still be like a 500 ball club, but no Lindor is like, man, that was crushing.
Yeah, I was shocked about that because I was like, man, why didn't y'all pull the trigger
So we
on
got the
that?
lowest payroll in league history.
Damn. How much you
That's, I
got?
mean, that's what it
What's y'all
is. You
payroll
already
then?
know.
What's
We
your
the
payroll?
farm system for the Yankees.
That's y'all issue, dog.
Yeah, exactly. But to me, the Yankees ain't going nowhere either.
Oh, with Aaron Judge, the
I
new
mean,
Derek Jeter.
yeah, they'll be a playoff team. Don't get me wrong with Justice, but nah, they're not gonna
Well, the
win
last
no
time the Yankees won a
championship.
championship was I think what
It's been a minute.
It's been a long time, man.
2016.
Yeah, it's been a minute. You right. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. But yeah, but nah. And the only reason why I'm gonna say my Cubs are gonna get to the playoffs is because of the division that we're in. Everybody's rebuilding except St. Louis. That's the only team we got to go through.
Of course, Brandon, you know, as long as Gary Reinsdorf is the owner of the Chicago Bulls, they will go absolutely nowhere. You should know this.
It's 2009. That's the last time they won.
The Bulls making the playoffs, so
Chicago Cubs.
They're gonna end up getting thrown out.
No. Ryan Store, let me
it
correct
depends
you,
who they
Nick.
play.
Nick, let me correct you. Ryan Phillips does not own the Chicago Cubs. He owns the White Sox.
I said Bulls.
The Cubs.
I said
Bulls. The Bulls, they go into the playoffs.
Well, they're gonna end up getting thrown out, and they're gonna end up getting thrown out. So, yeah, if they do make it,
what they the 6th seed right now.
If they do make it,
well, no, they're one game out of the 6th seed. Okay, they're one game out of the 6th seed. It's a cluster of teams right now, which is gonna be interesting. Yeah. But like I told y'all in the beginning, before the season started, I told y'all that the reason why I picked the Bulls to be a 7th seed to make it to the playoffs is because of the Eastern Conference being weak. A lot of these teams are playing inconsistent basketball. A lot of them.
So you don't feel like they should be tanking and try to get the number 1 pick?
No, you know what? I'm gonna say something on that. I hate teams that tank. I hate teams that tank.
I don't like when teams tank either, man.
That ain't the way you do it.
And let me say
but that's the only way to get better.
No.
That ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Get better by losing.
Perfecting your craft is how you get better.
Exactly.
Look,
right now.
No, you gotta get the top pick. Look at the Spurs. They have never tanked, but you know they never gonna win another finals.
I just want to make this point. I just want to make this quick point. When it comes to the NBA is different than the NFL. The NFL rewards you for tanking, okay? When you had the worst record, percentage-wise. In the NBA, because they had the lottery, you can lose. You can lose the most games in the NBA. It does not guarantee that you're going to get the number 1 draft pick. So it doesn't make sense to tank. Because you may not even get the number 1 draft pick anyway. When you look at the Detroit Pistons,
you get a good shot, but to me, I'd rather tank than be like the Spurs, where you make the playoffs every year, but you really ain't got a shot to do anything.
Well, that's not necessarily true. The Spurs thing is they've already got 5 championships in the bag. And it don't mean that they ain't gonna do nothing. They actually got great players. And they actually developed their players. They coached them.
Exactly.
San Antonio is an entirely different place than all the other teams in the NBA. And Steven Jackson to tell you that. It's a whole – when you come to San Antonio, you got to toe the line. There's certain – you look at the personalities that they have there. They don't have no rambunctious people. Steven Jackson was the only crazy thing they would have in San Antonio. If you notice, all of those people were the same type of individuals. They were quiet. They were reserved. They select certain people to come to
right. Exactly, man. You know what I mean? It's a whole cohesive unit. You know what I mean? It's about making other. You know what I mean?
It's a culture.
It's a culture.
Yeah, but they will never get another superstar doing that, though. That's my point. They're not really gonna get a big free agent. So the only way they're gonna get a superstar is through the draft.
You just haven't heard of them yet.
That's not necessarily true, though, Robbie. That's not true.
And quiet as kept. DeMar DeRozan.
You don't see San Antonio games broadcast.
DeMar DeRozan right now is playing the best basketball he's played in his entire career.
Facts.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
And people do not know it. He has improved. And what I mean improved footwork. His footwork has improved tremendously than when he was in Toronto. And when it comes down the stretch, when Murray, if Murray can stay healthy, and him and Murray together, they are dangerous. San Antonio's problem has been injury. And they have to get rid of guys like Aldridge. Aldridge is good to give you basic points and what he's good at. They just have to be okay with him not being a real big man. You know, he can't play with his back to the basket. He's not that kind of guy. He's got to face up and fade away and shoot.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? He's more of a finesse player. You know what I mean? It really.
So you think San Antonio can make a second round?
It's possible.
Second round,
yeah. Right now, so you think they could be? So you think they could be a team like Phoenix?
Quiet as kept there in the fifth seed right now.
I mean, right now, San Antonio.
Yeah, they could beat Phoenix. Yeah,
but they might not even play Phoenix. Phoenix is right now in second place, and they, the seed is like one game you lose. Like right now, Golden State could be out of it just because of that game they lost today. So, right now, Dallas could be in the 8th spot, and Golden State could be 10th. Right now everything is like a half game out, one game out from you being from 3rd place to 8th place.
Yeah, because right now I'm looking at the standings right now. The San Antonio Spurs are actually tied for 5th place with the Portland Trailblazers right now. That's what I'm looking at right now. So
Yeah, so there you go. They tied for 5th. So it's not like they're gonna get to the playoffs and lose. My thing is, you don't need to draft. You can use a free agent that's a good player, complementary to what you need, because they've already developed a lot of players that's in the league that's performing now. Like Forbes, he left there. He played there for a few years. They won a championship in 2014 with Kawhi. And that was the last run with Tony Parker, and TP was and he was on another level. But nobody really knew about it because he played in the Euro leagues, but he watched Michael Jordan growing up. That's why when Michael Jordan, when he came his father brought him and his brothers over to see the Bulls play. They got invited to come over, and he got a chance to meet Michael Jordan. And he got that picture with Jordan.
right.
So he grew up idolizing Jordan. So when he came over to the league, to the Spurs, and they drafted him, and he did so well with them, he ended up bringing over all the other guys from France. All these other dudes had a chance to get contracts.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's
what
what
I mean. The
That's what
Spurs
made it open up the possibilities for everything else in the entire league, at that time with the Spurs. And then they expand internationally. That's how you get Ginobili and all these other players, to come on over to the team. And they expanded. And on the other side of the country, Spurs is like all they know.
Absolutely.
In Argentina, man,
Encino.
Tony
bringing over
Parker in France is Michael Jordan. He's bigger than Jordan in France.
Encino, Popovich deserves a lot of credit for that too.
Right.
Because he scouted those players.
Yeah, Pop did. I mean, they scouted him and then they brought it there, but Pop didn't think Tony Parker was gonna make it. And he turned Tony down at first, and then Tony went up to because he had a bad. The thing is he got in from France. He was tired, man. That plane flight, hotel, so he didn't have a good. He didn't have a good shoot around or workout for the Spurs. So they were like, "This guy ain't gonna make it." So Pop wasn't gonna select him in the draft. He went and worked out for the Chicago Bulls and killed everybody on the Bulls. Tony Parker. So the Bulls was going to draft Tony Parker in the draft here. They was going to take Tony Parker. They was like, man, Tony Parker, this little guy he's too fast. And then the Spurs, man, they brought him back in for another look because he went there. He went to another team, I think to Boston or some other team. Worked them out. So the Spurs brought him back for a second workout, and he killed him. And they said, we taking him. We drafting you.
And another thing, man.
We drafting you.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing with the Spurs, dog.
So they didn't believe it until the draft happened, and they definitely called his name. Pop was like, no, I was proven wrong. I saw what everybody else saw. And he was like, yeah, this dude is on. And Terry Porter was the guard then. He was the starting guard. So Terry Porter couldn't, in practice, he was killing Terry Porter. Porter about 20 years in the league at that time, but he couldn't do nothing with practice with Tony Parker. And then Tony be on the bench. And then Pop was snatch him out the game. That's why Kobe was like, man, as soon as you get in the game, I'm going to just trap you. So, Coach, you make one turnover, I know Pop's going to snatch you out. And I want you out the game.
Right, because he was killing D-Fish.
Yeah, he was too quick, man, and that was the thing. His feet. Terry Porter was like, man, dog. He's like, I turned around, this kid's going already. He was on the second team, and then Pop made that announcement, like, man, look, you're gonna be the starter now. And he was like, man, is this cool with Tim? This Tim's great. And that's why in that finals, against LeBron, I tell people all the time. I'm like, LeBron James was older than Tony Parker. Tony Parker was 19 years of age. Came in there and killed him. Took him apart.
Who did LeBron?
I remember when my Lakers lost to the Spurs for the championship.
They lost to Tony Parker. Tony Parker was MVP of the finals. He was MVP. 2007. Took that boy to school every day. Stepped him 4 straight games. They couldn't do nothing with Tony Parker.
Couldn't do
LeBron
nothing with
got
him.
that dude. I'm like, man, at 19 years of age, just came here and got a damn NBA championship his second year in the league. Cooking y'all. Zip,
Hey,
zip.
by a record finals margin too at that.
No, that was the last one. That was in 2004.
Was that the last one?
Yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
2004.
My
Yeah, that
fault.
was 24.
Oh, this one they got. This is the first time they got swept.
Yeah,
Man,
in 07.
gosh, he was taking school.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was bad.
And another thing, man, what has always made the Spurs so effective is the fact that they haven't always gotten superstars, but what made them so effective is the fact that they know how to actually, train their players up to, and develop their players, you know what I mean, and actually build chemistry with their team. And that's what made them so effective. And guys, if you know how they play, you know what I mean, they're a team that, that swings the ball around a lot, you know what I mean, and gets good shots to go, you know what I mean, and that's what makes them so effective. And yeah,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
people
like
forget Tony Parker was 19 years old, and they thought he was this. Like a lot of people don't even remember that. And I was like, Tony Parker got 5 NBA championships, and he won a European championship. He would go home and play for his country in France. And finally beat the #1 teams in Spain and all them. They couldn't beat Spain. Spain had all the best players. They went back and finally won years later down the road. He was still going back to play when Tony Parker had to do any of that.
Oh yeah.
Nice though. Tony Parker
That's
was
what
nice.
was crazy. Tony didn't have to do any of it, and he chose to do it. And that's why I said, man, that dude is something else. Because I'm like, he didn't even have to do that.
Remember that shit he did to Kawhi? When Kawhi said he was injured and shit.
Yeah, because Tony Parker, dog, he tore the muscles in his leg. That's his career. Tony Parker, what people don't realize is Tony Parker had to change his entire way he shoot basketball. Because he was the only guy in the league, because he did it when he was a kid, because he was so small. He takes off and do a one-hand floater from 2 feet. He was a 2 feet leaper. Tony would jump in the lane, 2 feet, leap, and throw and float the ball. So it would throw defenses off, because they never seen nobody do that. Normally somebody do it off 1 foot and go
1
up.
foot, right.
So you could time it for the block. It's hard to time somebody doing a floater jumping.
Exactly. Yeah, he would always get inside the lane. The guys would have a hard time actually defending that. Yeah.
He would stop on a dime and just jump and float that shot up, and it couldn't.
Man, he used to
roast
roast people with that move.
He couldn't even time it.
Yeah, he used to absolutely cook.
Who would you say was better, Ginobili or Parker?
Oh, Parker.
Tony Parker.
I would say Tony Parker.
Tony
Yeah,
Parker.
I got Parker.
Yeah, I agree.
Ginobili could not run a team. Tony could run a team. He was a vocal leader, and he could definitely get everybody. That's why they turned the team over to him in 2013. They took the captain from Tim Duncan and gave it to Parker. It was his team. That's when they went on a run. And they went to back-to-back NBA finals. It was Tony Parker.
And plus, Tony Parker was the one hitting all the money.
Tony Parker era.
He's the one hitting all the monumental shots for the team too, as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He hit shots.
And Kobe said it in one of his last interviews. He said, Tony Parker is the reason I only got 5 championships. Tony Parker
from the Mamba.
Got 5.
Straight from the Mamba.
Wow.
Yeah. That was his last interview he did. And that was for Tony Parker thing. But Tony tore his knee up. He couldn't even walk. Tony Parker had ripped his knee up so bad he couldn't even walk. He couldn't move anything. He couldn't feel nothing. He tore a muscle that's so rare. It's a freak injury in his knee. He had no movement.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. It's like towards the end of his career, right?
Yeah. That was like near the end when he tore his knee up so bad. But he built himself to come back, man. But he's supposed to be out 6-7 months. And then he had to learn how to walk again. People told him he wasn't gonna be able to bend his foot. That's how bad he was. Like he couldn't move, like bend his foot. They were like, if you're able to bend your foot again in time, that'd be good. That's a victory. Tony wasn't gonna accept that.
Right.
He had to get back out there. He got 5 NBA championships. 5.
Tony Parker?
No, he got 4. He didn't play in '99.
He did.
He got 4.
Yeah, you're right.
He didn't play.
He got 1 less than Kobe, but
1 less than Tim.
Yep, he got 4 NBA titles.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Tim was the only one that has 5 on that. From that
right.
Yep.
Yeah, because he got it started.
Yep.
Yeah.
And David Robinson wouldn't have got 2 championships without Tim.
Exactly.
Facts. Big facts.
That guy. David was not that guy to actually get,
Right. And you know what? And speaking of Tim Duncan, it goes back to what we were talking about with the draft. The Spurs didn't have no business getting the number 1 draft pick, but they got the number 1 pick in that lottery that year to get Tim Duncan.
Right, and it turned their team around. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. You got to tank.
No,
you got to tank to get the best players.
In the NBA, it makes no sense.
You don't have to tank, bro. No tanking.
They
Rob,
didn't do
no
nothing until they
tanking.
got Duncan.
Dog, even look, Detroit right now, I think has the worst record in the league right now. They're rebuilding clearly.
Don't mean they're gonna get the number 1 pick.
It doesn't mean they're gonna get the number 1
Yeah,
pick.
the NBA got
right.
They pick and choose who get the number 1 pick.
NBA controls who they want to get number 1. You think LeBron just lined up in Cleveland?
Right. Exactly. There you go.
Or Zion to the Pelicans.
Look at Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, we wasn't supposed to have the number 1 pick.
Of course not. Of course not.
We wasn't supposed to have the number 1 pick.
All teams, yeah.
They wanted Derrick Rose to be in Chicago. They want the young superstars to be in their hometown to be comfortable. Right. So they wanted LeBron. They knew LeBron probably wouldn't be able to survive out on the road, being away from the crib and what he ain't used to. They put all their stock in him.
Yeah, they had to baby him up.
Right. So they had to make sure he was good.
I don't think this number 1 pick gonna be that great this year. I'm waiting on next year.
Who is the number 1 pick this year?
I mean, you never know. That's why you gotta tune in to watch these games because there's a lot of talent on the floor.
No, I think the next phenom might be what's that dude? Chet Holmgren.
Oh,
I think he's better than Monty Bates.
Well, I mean, check this out. I mean, like if you look at the Illini, right? They're about to be a number 1 seed in the tournament. The big man, I think his name is what? Kofi. Mm-hmm. He's a guy you should be watching out for. That he could be a player. Definitely. There's a lot of talent in March Madness, man. That's why I say watch the tournament. It's gonna be exciting.
I gotta watch that though, for real.
Yeah, even with Loyola, if Loyola wins, if they win their tournament, they got
everybody waiting on Michigan to fall. They thinking they're a fraud. They're a fraud. They're 19.
Nah, yeah. I mean, they smoking mirrors.
No, they real. They say Gonzaga might be the fraud.
No.
They always get there, and then they lose in like the second round. They do this every year. The Gonzaga, they always have these guys that look great, and then when they get there, then they get popped off.
Right. That's true.
Who Jaden Hardy play for?
You said who?
Jaden Hardy. I saw that in the chat.
They said Jaden Hardy.
Yeah.
I don't know what team he plays for.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, I can honestly say I haven't watched a college basketball game in I don't know how long.
I'm telling you, I think you should watch this year's tournament. It's gonna be interesting. Especially after all the tournament championships, it's gonna get real interesting. Especially if Loyola makes it back. They got a big man out there that could possibly make the league. I got them projected in the second round.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to check it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get up on it.
Tony Parker said, "How you get in the StreamYard? Take the link." I thought the link was in there. Let me put it back in there.
But yeah,
I'll tell you this though, I'd rather watch the tournament than I watch the NBA playoffs.
You talking about dude from high school, the Colorado dude? Yeah. He's like 6'5". I know you talking about. I seen him. We talking about NCAA. That's
we
what
talking
I'm like.
about college.
Yeah.
Rather watch college than the finals.
No, I'm saying I'd rather watch the tournament than watch the NBA playoffs.
Well, yeah, the tournament got a lot more action in it, but
Right.
they all like, it's
and the kids care.
Some of the games.
And the kids care. Let's be honest. I mean, these kids play their hearts out. When you're a multimillionaire and you getting that check on Tuesday, it's hard to care.
Exactly,
Especially
man. And those games are one and done. You feel me? Those games are one and done. You know what I mean? If you lose, then that's it.
Exactly. These kids care. These coaches care. You know, so you're going to see some competitive games.
Absolutely.
Right. And the way this bracket is
also,
setting
I've been
up,
seeing in the last couple chats, people been saying Coach K is overrated. I'm like, nah, he built that program.
Facts.
Exactly.
He's overrated. Facts.
He's
overrated.
If anybody's overrated, it's California.
Cino been the one saying he overrated.
Calipari overrated.
Oh, Calipari. Oh, yeah, most definitely, dog. He's been getting the best players for the.
He's what people call a booster. He know how to get the boosters. He's I forgot what you call those guys.
Him and Rick Pitino.
Exactly.
Rick Pitino too. Yeah, that's the same thing. Overrated is what they are. Is God damn it, how the hell I could forget the name? They know how to get the money from the boosters and get the talent in there, but God dog it, they have a name for them.
Recruiters.
And then get caught up in a scandal, leave the school, but the school get put on suspension for,
you talking about the
3
recruiters?
years. You know what I mean?
No,
that's Rick Pitino.
Yeah, but Coach K is not overrated, man. This man built a program. He built a program.
What's he doing lately? What's Coach K doing lately?
What do you mean doing lately?
You can't win it every year.
Are you serious? You can't win it every year, man. This ain't like the NBA and
I'm not talking about winning it. They don't have a winning record, period.
Well, no, not this year. COVID messed up their whole schedule. They messed up the whole ACC. If you've been paying attention to college basketball, man.
What do the schedule got to do with recruiting? You know what I mean?
No, the thing is,
always the top recruiter.
Duke
if he's always the top recruiter,
I do feel like he underachieved when he had Zion.
Let me finish though.
If Coach K was a good person, didn't they? I mean, a good coach. Why did they get knocked out in the Elite Eight?
Man, they just ran up against a better team. I keep saying that. Look, in March Madness,
they should have won that. They lost because of his coaching.
Look, why you think Loyola went on the run that they went on 2 years ago? They had no business getting that far to the Final Four. So,
they had Cam Reddish. They had RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, and Zion. They were the #1 point guard in the country. They had Trevor Jones on the team.
They couldn't shoot. Yeah, because they couldn't shoot. They couldn't
get to the big thing. Went and bought a tuxedo and had to take it back.
Then they had Zion try to close
freshmen though. Zion was a freshman. RJ Barrett was a freshman.
Right.
What they got, bro? I sat and watched a whole freshman team in Kentucky go to the finals. So what they got to do with it?
Cam Reddish is the #1 point guard in the country, and you still can't win. Okay, all right. Let's say that. Now the year before that,
right?
Okay, the year before they had Marvin Bagley Jr. They had Wendell Carter, and they had Trevon DeVore. Once again, couldn't make it to the Final Four.
That's coaching right there.
That's the coach.
That's coaching.
I'm trying to tell you, he
What up?
had no horses to win, and he's
Really?
still working it done.
Who did he lose to, Cino? You want to tell him who he lost
What up,
to?
Zeno?
Last year they lost to Michigan State, a good Michigan State team coached by
Because
Izzo.
Izzo can coach.
Right.
Izzo can coach. That's
But he
And
had
they
experienced
had a
players. He had
good
no first year
team.
players.
Right,
Yeah,
and they had a good team. Once you get to Elite Eight, you got good teams. You going up against number one teams. Loyola went on their run too. They didn't have no business getting
So
to the
you tell
Final
me,
Four.
Michigan
And before
State
that
had
was
better talent.
Villanova.
You telling me State
Hey,
had better
Zeno.
talented players?
What's your question, Cino?
You telling me State had better talent than Duke?
On paper, you can say yeah.
On paper.
Duke has.
They
On
didn't have it
paper,
on paper.
on
But
They
paper,
Michigan State was a
How
better
many of those
team.
State dudes is in the league?
Well, but you know what that's about.
How many
Cino.
are
Come
in
on now.
the
That's not
league?
an argument.
No,
That's not an
bro.
argument. Come on. There's a lot of overrated players from Duke and from North Carolina. It don't mean nothing because they made it to the league.
Cam in
Draymond
the league,
Green
Zion in the
Draymond
league.
Green played for Michigan State. Denzel Valentine, they were teammates.
Yep.
They're in the league too. That don't mean
Okay.
nothing.
Hey,
Yo, what's up,
Hey,
Tony?
Zeno, you see Donovan Mitchell's court case today? You hear me?
No, you froze up.
I said, you see Donovan Mitchell's little post-game court case?
Yeah, we played it in here. Yeah, he was sounding like me.
Yeah, he was.
But I understand his pain. That's why, because Mac Fatty brought it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, look at, I'm going to show y'all Tony Parker trophy room. That's just one
funny.
half of Tony's.
Oh man! Oh my goodness! Playing honest
shit's funny, though.
himself. Playing honest
All
to
his
himself.
You think that?
He's a winner, man. He's a winner. He's a winner.
You think they're gonna
You
fine
know
him?
what, Nick?
think
Nick,
they
I think
finna
it's
fine him?
strange as hell to pay homage to yourself like that. Your mama should keep your trophies, man. You shouldn't be keeping that in your house like that, man.
Hey, your man Michael Jordan got a trophy room.
No, but Cena, I would say the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, when I won debate trophies and debate championships, my mom got all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No. You heard what happened to Kobe? They tried to sell his.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be like, I won this. It's mine. It's all mine.
Right. Nah, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I just find that strange because for me, it's like, you know what? Look, man, the championship
that's
ring.
an accomplishment. That's something he want his children to see. He's proud of it.
That's something that you could hold dear to. You know what I mean? For
They could see that at mama's house.
Well, what if they don't want to see it at mama's house? It's their stuff.
I just hope you and mama don't have a falling out.
Right,
yeah, because mama could
his mother is out the country in France.
Hey, he got the money. They can fly first class.
Oh yeah, his house is sick. Yeah, I mean, he got a whole amusement park basically in his house instead of Tony a water slide going all the way down from the top.
Is he still with Brent Berry ex-wife?
No, he wasn't with her.
Nah, man, that's bogus as hell. That's bogus.
They never dated. He got in trouble for sexting, or what they call it. That's what I found out what sexting was. I'm like, sexting? What is that?
You think the Spurs are gonna be a threat in the playoffs if they if you get Greg Popovich matchup and have him coaching and shit?
It depends. It'll definitely be a problem because actually they got people in their role. Everybody knows their role.
They're deep. They're deep.
It's health. If they can keep Murray healthy and he can stay on the court, they're dangerous because that guy there changes the game. They got a point guard who's aggressive and tall and big, and he can get out in the floor. And DeRozan is playing good now that he ain't got the pressure of being the guy. And his footwork is improved. I mean, he should have been. He should have been in the All-Star game, to be honest.
He really should have, man, because the Spurs have been silent this entire season, and they have been beating teams.
Yeah, they are, but that's how they always been. Everybody's like, "What's boring?" I'm like, "What's boring about
And
it?"
they got matchups. They got LaMarcus Aldridge. They got somebody for AD. I don't know. They can give him a run for their money. They probably lose, but give him a run.
Hey, they smashed him earlier this year.
They did. That
I
is
think.
true.
I
That's
think
fact.
AD's going. AD's going. He probably don't like being under LeBron. He's probably realizing like, man, I don't feel like playing this year.
AD.
I don't think he should play this year.
Yo,
Actually,
no.
Yo,
I
AD
predicted that though. See,
AD's
this is
injured.
all
what?
they playing.
This is all his house
He's all
right
right.
here. This is Tony Parker's house right here.
Yeah,
I thought that was Cino's house.
Damn.
I really did thought that was Cino's house this whole time.
Man, Cino balling. That's
I'm like,
balling on a whole nother level.
Bro, I seen them jerseys. I was like, damn, Cino got all these jerseys. Hell no.
He said
that's
championship drip.
look at it. And all that work.
Is my
David, like, he saved my career.
Hey, did you see LeBron load managing? LeBron was load managing, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was low managing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Somebody got to tell David Robinson it's time to let it go or go to hair club with men.
Exactly.
David Robinson. I'm like, he out here looking like he ain't make a dime.
For real, man. He too rich to be looking like that, man.
I'm like,
For real. This a damn shame. Like, bruh.
All right, y'all, I'm out of here though. GG.
I mean, David Robinson can have his church donate some hair to him. You know what I'm saying? For real, G.
Damn, Mr. Sledge. Damn.
Yo, I'm just saying, man. Like, for real. Like, he's looking bad out here. Ain't no reason for that.
So you looking bad in these streets.
I'm saying, man, shoot, poor people don't be looking like this. This is ridiculous.
Hey, hold up. Hey, he a Navy man too. You know they supposed to be clean.
That's even
Okay.
worse. And I come from a Navy family.
He's supposed to be clean and trimmed at all times.
Jeez.
Right.
Hell
Man,
no.
just have his church donate some hair. Like, look, if you're a black man in this church right now, I know it's like 5 of y'all. Can y'all please donate Brother Robinson some hair?
Exactly. If your pastor is really a man of the people,
Put
he's a man
some
of God.
Gorilla Glue on there and
trust me, the Lakers do not want to see no Spurs, man.
Yeah, man. But hey, I want to ask y'all this question real quick, man. So there's 4 NBA centers all time that I have in my my Mount Rushmore centers. I got Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How would y'all rank these players? Where would y'all rank them? One by one, just one by one, y'all. Which one of them? How would y'all rank them?
I would have to put Will at number 1. Like, if we're just talking about individual one-on-one talent.
Yeah, but
no.
Yeah, I got Green.
Okay. Let me break it down real quick. Okay, let me break it down real quick.
Yeah. What's the criteria?
You know what I mean? It's just like how you would do like an all-time list or something like that. You know what I mean? Your top 5, your top 4 players of all time. Like, you know, everything included what they've done as far as their basketball skills, how they've impacted their team, how they've impacted the game overall. How would y'all rank them?
I would still put Will. I would still put Will at number 1, and the reason why, and I know that's controversial, because he didn't win as many championships against Bill, but Bill had better teams, and Bill had better coaching. You know, but Will Chamberlain was carrying his team single-handedly to them finals and getting them to those pivotal games to decide championships. You know, by the time he got to LA, you know, it was dipping towards the end. But nobody has scored more points than Will or put up the stats that Will. Will has created stats for big men.
Look at David Robinson, man.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah,
Hold on.
donate these brothers
Hold
some help
on.
right now.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on.
All you
Hold
guys
on,
in
y'all.
the
David,
Latter-day
Hold
Saints,
They
on.
gotta fix
Hold
that,
on.
Dave.
all you
Man, why you
Latter-day
got this
Saints
man
out
out
there,
here?
Bro,
Come
bro,
on, man. Leave
stop
David
playing.
Robinson alone,
come
man.
on, man. All
That's what David
all you
Robinson
that is
looking
Latter-day
like.
Saints
terrible.
out
That
there,
is
man. Come
terrible.
on, now.
His hairline
Man,
is gone, dog. Oh
man,
my
y'all
Man.
God.
playing, man. He ain't walking around like that for
Dog,
real, is
Dog,
he?
dog.
that is
You
terrible,
see it.
bro.
He
His
not
Like
walking
Young
hairline
around
Jock
is
like that
say,
for real,
gone.
I
is he?
I got
know
that
you
4K
see it. You
TV.
know what I'm saying?
It
Come
zooms
on.
right in. You know, you can see the landing strip.
God
Man,
damn.
are you
I
serious?
mean, he ain't even got cow licks. I mean, that thing is lit.
Man, bruh, that's a cry for help. All you brothers and sisters at the
Tell me your
Latter-day
barber.
Saints,
Tell me your barber like turned his head for a minute and the clippers just slipped out his hand or something.
man.
I ain't no motherfucker. Look at the hairline.
Look, a barber
Come
gonna
on,
have to
man.
sit
Leave
down and
David
get and
alone,
counsel him
man.
straight
Bro, it
up.
look like if he
Talking about
pull his
leave
hair,
David
the
alone.
rest
I
of
know
it
you laughing
fall
right now.
off.
Oh my God.
Robbie, I know you laughing like a
If
mug
he
right
was
now. You talking about
Spurs
leave
hat,
it alone.
I would have
Dude,
gave him a Spurs hat to put on. I'd be
that
like,
is
man, if I'm
terrible.
Spurs,
Bro, it look
I'm
like
like,
he
dog,
got a
this is
too
going
small
out on
toupee on.
DVD.
Oh, he has a
This
his
is on DVD, Blu-ray.
Oh, David Robinson has a mega mind head. He has a mega mind head.
Oh
Man,
wow,
I'm
man.
not going
Yo.
for it. He ain't walking around like
I'm
that. I'm
thinking
not
like, who
going
the
for it.
hell put his hair?
Hey yo, all y'all wonderful people, all y'all Latter-day Saints people, y'all need to donate your hair to David
I
Robinson
mean, what was
today.
this barber trying to do here? I'm trying.
Man, see, ain't no barber touch that hair. They scared to touch that hair. Can you imagine?
Terrible.
Can you?
That is
I'll be like,
terrible.
man, you gonna do this? You gonna do this? You might as well finish
Oh
it,
my
dog. You might as well
God.
finish it all the way through.
There's like a big
I'll be
ass
like, no,
patch.
you gotta even that out. I'll be
There's a
like,
patch.
Yeah, like what
Oh,
is that
Patrick,
front
man.
part doing, man? What is that
Yeah.
very front part
go
doing?
ahead with the Stephen A. Smith, y'all.
Oh my
He
God!
got
That's
the front
terrible.
of his head look like Florida.
No, why he look like an alien right now, man?
He's looking like he look the mega mind head, dog.
Man,
He
that
has
Yeah.
a
dude
Is
asked
mega
he
for the
mind
really
head.
Stephen A.
walking
cut,
around
bro.
in these streets
Only
like
hair
that?
he ever
Like,
got was the
That's
He has
all
military.
a
I'm
mega
saying,
mind
dog.
head.
Y'all can't have David Robinson out there like that. He was
Man,
I
out
mean,
for
come
there.
on,
real.
dog.
That's an
right.
admiral, man. Y'all
Yeah,
can't let
man.
the
But
admiral go out like that.
Yo, but he did it to himself. See, this is ridiculous. His church
I
couldn't
ain't,
have
I know
did
you
if
got
something.
I'm
them.
the director of this, I'd be
Yo,
like, man, give him a Spurs hat. My man
I'm
head
a
is jacked
Man,
up.
they
You
could
gonna
have
make
threw
him
some
look like that
CGI in
winner.
there, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Something. For
Hell
real.
no.
But I want to Sledge I understand what you said about Will, but at the same time though, even though
Kareem is
Bill
the
Russell had players, even though Bill Russell had players around him, I mean, I feel like you know what I mean with this gameplay, he really enhanced them even more to fully as the players around him to reach their full potential. You know what I mean? Like John
Oh
Havlicek,
yeah.
Tommy
Yeah.
Hudson, Sam Jones, Casey Jones, and I feel like Bill Russell, the way he played and his you know what I mean, and his him being a defensive anchor and him
Right.
him being able to and he was also a very underrated passer as well. You know what I mean, and I feel as if
Right.
that made the players around him even better. You know what I mean, even though they were good.
Oh,
On their own.
I agree to
You know what I
an
mean? Because
extent, but
Yeah.
the problem that I have is with Wilt because he played on better teams than Wilt did, especially early in Wilt's career. If all you got to do is crowd around Wilt Chamberlain, and there's nobody else that can score or be a threat to score, and you got all these Hall of Famers on Boston, it's like the deck is stacked. If Will can't go off and dominate like he usually do, that his team struggle.
see, well, once again, but here's my thing, dog. I'm sure, like you know what I mean, and I'm sure Will Chamberlain. I mean, not saying that he didn't
Okay,
have
I
good
wanna
teammates
address
around him.
this first. I wanna address this question here. When he's talking about Duke, they beat Duke with a veteran 3-year, 4-year team. Let me tell you something, man. Those prospects were the top 3 in the NBA draft, period. They were number 1 in the league coming up. Duke was. Could nobody really beat them. They had, for 2 years in a row, Like when they had Bagley and what's his name, Trevon Duvall and
Yeah.
Carter.
Wendell Carter.
Right, Wendell Carter. They have been there. Those dudes had experience. They have veterans on the team. They have veterans on that team too, but it don't matter. I remember when what's his name, Coach Cal had the he won what? Sorry, 3 national champions. They had 2012 Kentucky. They had a young team, and they had what? 3 top picks in the draft. 2004 UConn team. They won the title.
But I think Amos' point
2014
though.
Kansas. They won the title.
Right. But I think Amos.
Coach K.
No, I think Amos' point though is anything can happen, and once you get to a certain point of the tournament, it's like iron sharpening iron.
Anything can happen.
It can.
Anything
When
is
you
possible.
again.
I mean, that's the case. Hell, anybody can be the coach.
Look.
What happened tonight, Burundi? Well, anything can happen.
Right, anything can happen. When you talking about the tournament, anything can happen. Look, in 2018, Loyola University of Chicago made it to the Final Four. And they beat a slew of teams that were on paper better than Loyola. Clearly. And they made it and they almost beat Michigan in the Final Four if they didn't choke in the second half. It doesn't mean that these coaches
was right
are
in
bad.
Tampa. I placed my bet. I was in Florida. I bet. I was riding with the old lady. Me and the old lady, I'm like, we going all the way. I picked up on the seat. But see, I knew this going in. Right, because if you remember the season, you already knew when you from here, you saw what Loyola was doing to people. That team was ready. I knew they would never be back, though. I knew they would never be back.
No, but don't say that, because this year they look good too. They look really good. They won their conference this year, and they're going to win the Missouri Valley to get back into the tournament. I'm telling you right now. I like their center.
They're not ready for NCAA time. I'm telling you, they're not. That team was.
Who do you think is going to come out of Missouri Valley? Loyola won the conference. Who you think is going to come out? Drake?
But when they start the tournament, they're going to be, if they do make it and get in there, that's good. Good look for the university. But they finna get ran through. Probably the very first game. They out.
Wait. If they go up against Virginia, Virginia chokes. Okay, they're going to give Virginia number 1 seed. That's fine. Loyola can beat them. Think about all the teams Virginia has had. They've had the number 1 seed with the same coach. And they've been bounced out of the first round year after year after year. Come on. Anything can happen during tournament time. That's what I'm saying.
You're right. Anything can happen, but normally 9 times out of 10, the best team come out on top.
Exactly.
So
and Coach K has done this 5 times.
I want to see if Michigan can make it legit. Nobody respect them, and I think
I don't. They're smoke and mirrors.
No, they legit, man.
Michigan got blown out by Illinois, and they exposed Michigan. And what's the problem with their interior defense? They have no interior defense whatsoever. And Illinois exposed them and blew them out. I think the day before yesterday to win the Big Ten to be a number 1 seed, because they're going to get the number 1 seed to run the route. So Michigan, if they get in, it's because they're a popular team.
I'm gonna definitely have to watch the tournament.
Casino.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Casino. You hear me?
I can hear
you. I got
what?
But that's what I mean. And look, Coach K, my argument for Coach K is he built that program from the ground up. Duke in the ACC was a bunch of doormats. It was North Carolina that was the leader of the ACC.
He got lucky.
Oh my goodness!
Look, anything can happen, Mr. Burundi. Anything can happen.
Anything is
Nobody was looking
possible.
for Christian Laettner. Nobody was looking for Bobby Hurley. Nobody was looking for Grant Hill. Nobody was looking for
Who
Tyrone
recruited
Hill.
these guys?
Nobody was looking for that team. They took all the other players who they were looking for. Javon Mashburn. They took Larry Johnson. They took all these high school All-American superstars. These teams, these players were like players that you wouldn't even pick unless you seen them in scrimmage. So it was good recruiting. You were able to get them for cheap. Nobody was really trying to bid for them.
Okay.
You know, Shaq and
But
LSU.
Burundi, man, how long ago was that though?
What do you mean? How long ago was that?
He's
He's won. You realize he's won the championship in almost every decade in his coaching career.
Dude, he should have won in that. He should have won in 2018 and 2019.
Well, I mean, look, 2019 was a joke.
You say he won
if you look at the Final Four, if you look at that Final Four, all the big teams lost.
Derrick Rose and Memphis went to the
Including them.
championship, and they lost the championship.
Right.
Derrick Rose missed the free throw. They got Carmelo Anthony on Syracuse. They went to the national championship and won it.
Right, because they got hot at the right time.
Freshman
They
year.
had way more talent than those teams.
No,
That team was super talented and super stacked and should have won. There's
They
no
should-
way. You had the
right.
number one point guard in the country.
I
Three
agree with you
draft
on
picks
that.
in the draft.
I
There's no
agree.
way you lose. You wouldn't even get to the final.
No,
They didn't even get to the final.
Here's the thing: you talk about Syracuse, right? They had to fight to get into the tournament. So once they got into the tournament, they got on a roll. And once you get on a roll and you're a high team in the tournament, it's like an avalanche. They just ran into a buzzsaw. That's all that was, you know. That's what makes the tournament special. Other than that, it's like a LeBron show.
Yeah, the tournament is special because anything can happen.
That's right.
And that's why I probably win on my sheets more than you do.
I don't know about that, Cino. I don't know about that. We'll find out this year.
You know who's been
We'll find out
overrated to me
I
though?
remember we did a live bracket on here on one of my channels. I think on Carcino Polite, we did a live bracket.
3 out of the 4 went to the Final Four in my bracket.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
we're gonna see this year.
Yeah, we're gonna find
Because
out.
I'm gonna do my bracket live again. We're gonna do the whole bracket thing. We did a a live stream on that.
Yeah.
We might do a StreamYard on that.
Oh yeah.
Because now we got StreamYard. We're gonna do one for the bracket.
And it's gonna be exciting. Like I said, Illinois is a special team right now, man. They're serious now.
UConn got it won. Kansas got a championship.
Yeah.
In 2014. 2004 was UConn. Then I remember 2012. And those are the only 3 teams that had like 3 top picks in the league. Like 3 top 10 players on their team. But they won championships. The only 2 that didn't win, Duke.
Hey, in Kentucky. Kentucky.
No, Duke won. Kentucky won the title. 2012, they won it.
Yeah, but what about the team that they had? Yeah, with them. Remember, Wisconsin beat them in the championship game.
They didn't have 3. They didn't have
3.
Nope, they did not have 3. They went in the first round. Nope.
You sure? No, that team was overloaded. You sure?
Yeah, because the 2012 Kentucky team had Boogie Cousins, Anthony Davis.
Right.
I mean, they were loaded. Like,
Right.
top to bottom.
They won. That's what I said. They
won. They won in 2012. But they deserve to win.
You got 3 team players that's drafted. That team that wins, you know what I'm saying? Only like there's been 5 of them in history. UConn, that 2004, Kansas 2014. They all won titles. I think they all won titles. And the only 2 that didn't win was Duke, 2002 and 2019. That was it. They don't do this. Coach K has squandered so much talent. He should have won in 2018.
Everybody want him to win more and more. Nah, he couldn't have won in 2018. Villanova, who won the title, was hot. Villanova was hot, and that was a good team. In 2018, Villanova team.
They could have beaten Nova, man.
No,
Nova
they
was a
wouldn't
three-point shooting team. They was a three-point shooting team. All you had to do was guard the three. If you had a coach, you could have beat Nova and kept them off the three.
No, please, come on, come on now.
They were doing pick and roll threes. That's it. Nova was doing that.
Yo, they had the big man rolling to the basket too.
The guy drove all the way up. They ran the play, basically pick and roll, long distance three. They run that play in practice and shoot that, and he just did it in the game to win the championship for North Carolina. So I'm like, they came down to a final shot. Duke, and I'm like, where's Duke? Duke couldn't. That's the thing. Duke couldn't even make it there.
They lost to a better team.
They ain't even making the final four.
Yo, they lost to a better team. See, no, that's how it is. That's how it is in the tournament, man. There are no paper champions in the tournament. When it comes to March Madness, there's no such thing as paper champions. You can have all the number one guys you want, but you better come out to play. Because if you don't come out to play, hey, you're gonna get bounced.
That is true.
You know,
that's true.
And that's the truth. Because this is not the NBA where, I'm getting a check on Tuesday and the refs are going to help me. Nah, this is all heart, all passion, good coaching, good strategy. Coach K, he got beat by better strategy. And it showed. Every coach has weaknesses. But a man that wins 5 titles isn't overrated, especially when he's won in every decade he's coached in.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Objection. So you telling me that Phil Jackson is not an overrated coach?
He is.
He's very overrated.
He is.
Okay then. So they're overrated coaches.
Coach K, first of all, Coach K and Phil Jackson are 2 different coaches.
We know that.
Because Phil Jackson don't even get up out of his chair to coach. Okay, this Coach K does.
He'll get up if he see things going like if somebody getting out of.
And you know what, and Nick, and you know what I'm shocked about is that people don't like Coach K, but y'all love Knight. He came from the coaching school of Coach Knight.
You're right.
He came from the school of that. So how is he hated?
The reason why he did it is because he never evolved. He doesn't. He's trying to teach everybody the same system. He hasn't evolved with the game. He has not evolved with the game. He was not evolved with the outside shooting. He's mostly basic pick and roll, 2-man game. Then get it to the big man off the wing. Defense, he normally used to run pick and roll defense. The guy stepped up. He didn't transcend to the new style of basketball by having the man trapped from underneath. When you have the man that come from the paint and come and trap from the bottom, that changed the game. The double team never used to come from that position. So now when you don't have that into your repertoire and you have people out of position, they're standing around like robots. They're not. He's overcomplicating the process. He doesn't know how to get it to translate over to them. They need.
And he got to stop forcing his white players in the game too.
That too, but that's right. That's two. That's not even just him. That's just two.
Right. What about Coach Dean? Because Coach Dean, towards the end of his career, had the same issue.
Yeah,
with the four corner offense.
You talking to somebody who understands that completely. This is another Dean Smith, but at least Dean Smith was somebody.
Oh, come on, Cito. Come on, man. So the only difference is y'all like Coach Dean but hate Coach K.
I mean, you put them in the same room with each other. Do you really want to put Dean Smith in the same room of coaching class as Coach K?
Listen,
They in the same room.
Coach K.
Who got more wins? Don't Coach K got the most wins?
Coach K
Knight,
deserves
Dean
a
Smith
seat at the
are
table.
like the fathers of coaching this game. Like as far as plays, they are in the room together. This Coach K is the guy bringing them coffee.
Oh my God! Really? Come on, Cito. The hate for this. I just don't understand
That's
it.
like saying Eric Exposure and Pat Riley is on the same level.
No,
no damn
I'll
sense.
never say that. But what I'm saying is, the same faults that you say about Coach K is the same problem that Izzo is having with Michigan State. It's the same issue that Coach Dean had towards the end of his
Izzo is
coaching
not
career.
having that problem at Michigan State. Izzo
Really?
never had the talent that came through Michigan State that went through Duke. If you gave Izzo
Oh my God,
Cam Reddish, if you gave Izzo those players, I guarantee they win in the national championship.
well, look, Izzo got to be a better recruiter. That's not Coach K's fault.
You know why? Because he teaches defense.
Coach K is a better recruiter.
He teaches spacing. He teaches how to cut up. He teaches people how to step up, take away the moves. He teaches you how to actually move in the paint. He teaches you how to.
Coach K got better boosters.
Man,
yeah, he's a better recruiter.
He got better. He got more money.
But I don't think he's a better coach though. As far as X's and O's go, he's not. But I don't think he's better than Coach Dean Smith.
He's on the same level as that one dude from Syracuse.
You had better.
He comes from the class of Bobby Knight.
Yeah, Jim Boeheim.
That Jim Boeheim to me is overrated. I don't like Jim Boeheim at all. This is the luckiest coach in the world. And he's a big crybaby too. A big crybaby.
So why Coach K never went to the NBA?
He doesn't need to. He's a god in
He's living off the name Coach K.
Because he saw Calipari get exposed. He saw Patino getting exposed. He said, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I ain't embarrassed."
Right. Same thing with Nick Saban.
Right. But Nick Saban is smart. Nick Saban is smart. It's about knowing your limitations. Sometimes you got to know your limitations and realize this may be a little bit too much for me to chew. But I'd rather be a giant fish in a small pond than go into the ocean. And I don't knock him for that. I don't knock him for that at all.
Why? Not every coach in college need to go to the pros. That's not what they want to do. You know,
that's my point. That's exactly my point. You know.
So, are you telling me, my man from Seattle is the coach over there? He better than my man in Alabama? I don't think so.
Wait, who? Who are you referring to?
Yeah, Pete Carroll. I don't think he's better than Saban as a coach.
Well, they coach two different styles of football.
Exactly, but that's what
two
I'm
different
saying. But he went to
conferences.
the
NFL. The FCC is completely different than the Pac-10 of finesse some ball football. Kids getting fried before class and throwing footballs. You know what I'm saying? It's a completely different world.
Hey, that's why Oklahoma never won it. Oklahoma had a team to choke every year. I already know about that.
Right, and they had the talented.
I'll be like, we on our way, baby. And the dude like, where? I'm like, you play for Oklahoma? Hell yeah. I'm like, oh, hell no. What you doing in the strip club? Don't tell coach. I'll be, God damn.
Yep.
He in the strip club talking about some, and we smoking here.
For real. No. The only team that can get away with that is Miami.
Miami, baby.
That's it. But again, Jimmy Johnson was a different breed of coach. Like Pete Carroll, if you're talking about Pete Carroll on the NFL level, he failed in the beginning when he was in New England. He failed. But I give him credit for learning from his mistakes and going back to Seattle and making a few minor changes. Nick Saban just quit on his team. He walked out on his team, lied to his team, and just walked out on them. This dude should never coach in the NFL. That's what not to do. You know
Did he
what I
even
mean?
finish the whole season
He
with the
didn't
Dolphins?
finish the season. I
I was
told you
gonna
the
say,
man
yeah,
quit.
he was out
He
awful
quit,
quick.
and then he sat there and told his players a bold-faced lie, saying, "I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna be here for the long haul." And the next day, that man was long gone, long gone.
Well, you talking about the LSU?
No, I'm talking about Nick Saban. What
Nah,
he
he talking
did
about Nick
in
Saban when he's with the
Nick
Dolphins.
Saban, what he did
Oh, with
in
Miami?
Miami. Yeah,
Oh
with
no.
Miami.
Well, you
Now,
know why he left? Well,
I
the
know
thing
why he
was, they-
left. Because he realized the hell with this.
no, the owner wasn't gonna do what he wanted to have done. He planned on staying. The owner and the G, they was like, what they told him they were gonna do was give him power. They're like, you're gonna be in charge of not just coaching, you're gonna have a say with the players and personnel. The owner didn't want to do it. The owner's like, no, the GM's gonna do it. We're gonna hear you out. Hear me out. Well, yeah, we'll be able to hear your opinion, but then we're gonna make the decision on who come in. He's like, that's not. That's why he walked out the next day. He told the players that because he planned on staying. They were lying to him. They wanted the popularity of having
Nick Saban
on the team,
is
and then they was gonna have him coach a bunch of losing teams. And that's why the owner ended up selling. And then you got all these owners now. Jennifer Lopez, everybody, Will Smith, they all bought the team.
Yeah.
They were all owners. They all bought part ownership of the Dolphins after that.
Yeah, but nah, see,
Serena Williams.
That left a bad taste in my mouth as a fan.
Williams, William Morris Agency bought it, like they bought UFC.
Right.
So,
but that left a bad taste in my mouth.
I told everybody in that video. I don't think I put that. Did I put that on Patreon or did I put that on Carthino for Life? When I was telling people, that was on regular one, so I can talk about it here. I was telling people about StockX when I was talking about the entertainers that missed out on the business deal, and that's going to blow up and make all this money. And Eminem, and they had the Detroit group, and I was actually on that conference call for the Detroit for that VC deal. Mm-hmm. They were talking about for like getting part, and I didn't get in on because they had the Detroit venturing group club. They were reaching out for investors. And I was like, man, what is this? This eBay. They came up with another eBay, and it works just like eBay, except for you just get it straight from them or whatever, the consumer, and it's like supposed to be smoother. When they got a shoe deal, you can get a PS5, you can get all this stuff they got.
Oh yeah.
It's called
StockX. They got it on StockX. Yep, they
right.
sure do.
StockX, Eminem owns a part of that. A lot of people that own some money in it. Zach, what's his name? Another person, another big entertainer. The guy from one of those rock groups, but 50 Cent didn't jump into that, and he missed out on the boat. Now the NBA, they got they pay the NBA for advertising and everything else. So that was Mark Wahlberg is in that too. And 50 Cent was supposed to jump down in that deal with Mark Wahlberg.
You think something happened between him and Wahlberg with him not trusting Wahlberg?
I don't know. I don't think so. They've been really good. Like Mark Wahlberg liked the guy because he was like, me and 50 cool because like this guy is real. Like he's a guy that like he paid for a dinner one time. Like they went out to eat and he was like, don't worry about it. Y'all have a good night. I paid for it. He's like, you went in your pocket? Oh man, I need to get this guy. Why ain't you been around more? Finally, somebody who ain't shot to go in their pocket. Yeah, he was always paying for dinner. He's like, yeah, these guys over here, man. So Mark Wahlberg and him they got that. They're part of that Aqua, that water thing, that water company. Like Puffy got involved in it, and then I think Fifth kind of take his personal vendettas. Like, oh, I don't want to be teamed up with Puffy in no business. And then that's why Jay Jay didn't get down with him on that investment, but that ace of spades is really not. It's really cheap liquor, and that's why they
Yeah.
really got down with him. And I'm gonna talk about that more on the Patreon from the business perspective of it, because Puff is doing the same thing with his, and it'll show you the difference on how we market and how they market.
Right.
We're gonna do all that on the Patreon. So
Yeah, Ace of Spades. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ace of Spades is garbage compared to Cristal. I'll drink Cristal over Ace of Spades or Dom Perignon over Ace of Spades any day. I don't understand how that is even selling, other than in rap
No, but
videos.
Diddy owns Ciroc though.
yeah, but it's different. He don't just own that. He got another thing too. Like they got do Sabe. He got a couple other companies. But now that they did the partnership, the net worth of the liquor went up to about 650 million. So it's a whole lot of stuff going on right now. But I
Yeah,
told everybody when Robin Hood and Acorns came out, I said, look, you could jump down on this and get some money. And like you can make some money, like have some money coming in on the low. You know, you ain't got to put that much in to make some money. And I remember we did that on the Patreon. And I
yeah,
told people to get Robin Hood and Acorn. Now that Robin Hood did this thing, got popular off of it, you know, everybody now is trying to put me on Robin Hood. I'm like, I already got my investment firm that's doing my thing for me. But I'm just saying, I put my cousins up on it. You can learn a little bit about stocks while doing this. You know what I'm saying? And you can own some stock in some major companies. You know, like you can do it for bragging rights. Like, baby, you know, I'm a stockholder. And, you know,
yeah, exactly,
and
exactly.
Nike, Mercedes. You ain't gonna make no real money. Like my uncle got 1%. I mean, I don't even think he got 1% of WWE, but he owned WWE stock. His wife got it for him for his birthday.
How in the hell does that shit work? Excuse my language. How's that work?
Yeah, how's that work?
You buy it. You buy shares.
Yeah, you buy.
Okay.
Yeah,
You buy
WWE
shares.
You can buy shares even on.
And
Yeah,
you
WWE is a public company now.
yeah, they're a public company
Cash
now,
App.
and their shares are going down because the viewership is going down.
Yeah, the share. I mean, but with wrestling, you never was gonna make anything off of that anyway.
Right,
Being an
that's true.
investor in that, you were never gonna make any money because it's not. It goes up. It has its highs and it has its ultimate lows. And the like his 0.003% ain't gonna bring him no money anyway.
Nah.
It's just a
Hey,
good gift. Somebody could get you.
yeah.
His wife got it for him because he's been a wrestling fan his whole life.
And that is
He gets
hilarious.
paid.
Man, you brought this up. That is hilarious. I'm playing a wrestling game right now, dude. Go ahead.
You always
So
playing
we
a
can
wrestling game.
No, I'm not. I just turned it. Good Lord. No, I'm not. I just turned
so
it.
we can buy shares in Casino for life.
But I told him you got an Xbox. He wanted to play you in 2K.
Who?
Gavin, he wanted to play you in 2K. You know, he just started to find out about basketball like 2 weeks ago. So
Gavin Gate. The Gavin.
he's already telling me who suck already. Larry Bird, whoever that is, he sucked.
Oh God!
You finally figure out which team Luca play for?
Yeah. Now he didn't see Luca. Luca sucked. Zach LaVine better. I'm like, all right.
Oh, wow.
God.
So I'm guessing it's anybody who does not play for the Bulls. He thinks they suck, right?
Gavin Gate.
The running got him all messed up. He didn't text me probably today.
That's all Brandy.
Yep. And then he text you already. I know he did.
Yeah, he texted me during the game. He texted me during the game.
See?
Good plan.
You.
Hey, I mean, listen. At least we repping our home team. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
We not running.
Well, Nick from Chicago too, and you don't see Nick out here brainwashing.
Man,
Well, I just know they suck.
Listen, no,
See, well, here's the thing. I just know they suck.
First of all, Gavin got his own mind. You know what I mean? But he just been listening to our chat, and he's like, you know, Burundi making a lot of sense. I can see where he's coming from. And he's just rolling with it. That's all it is. Man, ain't no brainwashing here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to make choices. Just like with Pimp Snoogie. You know what I mean? This ain't about force. It's all about
Hey,
choice.
Chappelle,
Yeah,
Macho
man.
Man's the greatest wrestler
Yeah,
of all
man. He was
time,
taking
man.
heat. He was taking heat to the Burundi camps, dog.
No, man.
Well,
Randy
hey,
Savage.
No,
next
Macho
time
Man
you
is
talk
not.
to
He's up
Nick,
there, though.
next time you talk to Chris, let him know ain't no caps over here. He got beat today. So next
He's up
time you
there,
Now
take
though.
the one
He's
he
up there.
capping, next
Now,
time you
who
take the
said? Okay, now who in the chat said that Randy Savage was the GOAT? Who said that? If I heard anybody,
Robbie.
that's wrong. Okay, well,
He
that's
up there,
false.
though. But
He's up there, but that's false. That's false. He's up there, but that's false.
well,
Who you got, Nick?
Nick, it's a matter of opinion. You got people that
Who
say
you got,
Stone
Nick?
Cold Steve Austin.
Who do I have?
Yeah. Who
I
you
have the
got?
Undertaker at number one. I have the Undertaker.
Somebody told me to go check out the game Gary Payton versus Penny Hardaway. He said that's a good throwback game.
Yeah, that's a good throwback game.
I said, all right, I'm gonna pull it up. They
Yeah,
sent
that's
to me
good.
like the 1994 game.
Yeah.
Penny and
it depends on what you mean far as like wrestling, far as like a technical like strictly
I
wrestling.
agree.
This is everything included, dog. This is
Everything
everything.
included.
I go as far as everything.
Everything
I'm gonna have
included.
to
Yeah,
say,
you don't got Hogan up there.
oh
Hogan
hell
became
no.
the
Of
greatest
course
wrestler
not,
of
because
all
Hogan
time.
can't wrestle. You know this.
Hogan
Because
is the
Hogan can't
LeBron
wrestle.
James of
And he
wrestling.
didn't need to
All he
wrestle.
had was a
And
body
that's why I
slam
don't
and a
have him in
leg
my
drop.
top five, because this is
Like,
everything.
seriously.
You know what I mean? Guys
What
who
about
can,
Bret the Hitman Hart? He knew how to wrestle too.
yeah, he knew how to wrestle.
He
He
was
was a
He
better
born.
knew
wrestler
how to
than the
wrestle.
Undertaker.
He knew how to wrestle. He knew how to, he knew how to sell. He knew how to talk as well.
Yeah. I think
But there are certain things that, you know what I mean,
Man,
that
Shaq
wrestlers
did a
do
power
better.
bomb on AEW.
He did though. I was like, oh
I
man.
mean, AEW.
Oh
Shaq
yeah.
did a powerful power.
if I had to say
Man,
like
It was
Shaq
alright.
did.
It was alright. It was
Oh,
alright. It
that
was
was a
alright.
dude.
It was
I
alright.
did
It
a
was
power
alright.
bomb like that.
It was alright.
No, that was a serious power bomb. No.
I'm like,
They're not even
that was
allowed
alright.
to do that
Who
power
he do it to?
Cody Rhodes, dog. He was alright, man.
Yeah, the Cody Rhodes,
He's
Bro,
AEW.
cool.
Shaq
He's
But
had
you
cool.
know
turned
what?
into a
You know what
side
happened?
though.
You
I'm
know,
like,
Shaq took all that hate that he
that
had.
the power bomb has been like you're not even allowed to do it like that no more. Oh Jesus
Right.
Christ! Yeah, you
So,
ain't allowed. You supposed to let
That's
them
true.
go at the top. They changed that because they had too many wrestlers get their back messed up and
I
injured
saw it.
off the power bomb. So
Yeah,
Kevin Nash,
I
all
can
those
see
guys,
why.
they couldn't come down
no.
and drive the power bomb. They had to bring them up and like let them go and let them
Right.
Yeah,
fall. So you
exactly.
couldn't drive them to the floor no more. That
Yeah,
was
you're right. You're right.
Yep.
You're right. I'm
so.
hating. I'm
Yeah,
trolling,
Shaq.
dog. I'm
Yeah,
hating.
somebody forgot to tell Shaq or give him the memo.
I'm
Who
hating.
y'all
Hey, you know what?
That
Cino,
who
was
y'all
all
a
think
that.
had
real
the best
power
power
bomb.
bomb?
Hey, Cino, all that hate that Shaq was feeling, man, he put it all in that power bomb, baby.
Yeah, he
Who
did.
y'all think
That
had the
All
best
was
that
power
a
hate.
bomb?
power bomb.
He put it
God.
all out there.
Okay.
But
What
yeah,
was saying?
man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. It's been great.
Oh, they put Shaq through the table.
Yeah, they
Oh
did.
yeah.
They did.
Oh my God, Shaq through the table.
Like, same here. I'm out too, man.
All right, man.
All right, but I
Yep,
see
all
you,
right, sir.
Cino. Thank you so much, man, for another good chat.
All right, but Rundy,
All
peace
right,
out, my
Randy.
brother.
If you want to get beat down again on the 5, let me know. I'm gonna jump on there.
Oh man.
I might be ready in 20 minutes. Let me
All
wake myself
right.
back up.
All right.